Whoops, there we go. Hey guys, so I don't think you had volume there. Let me pause this. Okay, don't think you had volume there. All kinds of feedback. Just give me a second here. All right, so sorry about that, but good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? Hi, Nancy Ann. Hi, Cecile. Hi, Molson Man. I'm sorry, last live, I think I was calling you Mason Man. I wear contacts, and sometimes Molson Man, by the end of the day, I think I mentioned this, my contacts are just feel like sludge. So I'm looking through sludge. It's amazing. Hi, DCT Prime. Hey, how you doing? I know. I'm hoping to clear up some things, DCT Prime. I'm trying to, this is kind of, no, this is not kind of, this is complicated stuff. When we're talking about data that is obtained through cellular data versus satellite data, it gets really, really tricky. Hi, Desiree. How you doing, sweetie? So I'm hoping to break this down for you. Hey, Joan. Hey, Nancy. Let me just see who else is here that I want to say hello to. I think, whoops, keep going up. And I'm sorry if, I don't know if Rachel's still here. Sorry, it got too late for Rachel. I know. I need to, the next live I do, I'm going to try to do it in the afternoon here, and, Eastern Standard Time. So those of you in Europe can comfortably attend and really doesn't have to, listen to this as she's going to bed. Hi, Debbie. How you doing, my love? So nice to see you. Hello, my ADH life. I feel ya. Let's see. All right, and StreamYard. Very good. So I'm just going to just give this a couple short minutes to see if anyone else jumps on. I know in the thumbnail, I said that True TM was going to be joining us tonight. She's going to pop in a little later. She and I have been talking about some things. And although, our theories on things aren't necessarily aligned with one another 100%, we do agree on the basic facts of so I'm calling this the technical timeline, because that's really what it is. It's the timeline of August 13th, the morning of August 13th specifically, and of CErvi 319. In technical terms, that renders the digital data that we look at as we examine this case that's been provided in discovery, whether it's complete or not complete. We have what we have to work with, okay? So that's just it. So, hi, Susan Hughes. How you doing? Nice to see you, love. So happy you're here. So, I'm just going to wait before I start the presentation for this evening. I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes. I do have some things to discuss, though. So, first of all, I want to discuss something that I have been heard this has been said time and time again from various people ever since I've been following this case. I've heard it I don't know how many times, and I bet you have too, right? So here it goes. Okay, so this is what you hear. I'm going to role play now. You ready? It's going to be awesome. Okay, so, oh my gosh, can you believe Watt's defense attorneys? They're just such a sham. They're crap. They didn't do their job. It was a miscarriage of justice. Da 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 da. We could say many other things. Did you know that Watt's defense attorney, the public defender was working right across the hall from the DA's office? And you know what? Shortly after this case, he was hired by the DA's office. It's a promotion, scandal, right? Okay. So I just want to clear this up. And I talked to, hi, Tumbleweed, how you doing? Great to see ya. So I just want to clear this up. I talked to two attorneys just before this live. One is my father, who is the assistant district attorney in his district for 29 years. And I asked them, is that a strange occurrence I already knew the answer because I've watched my friends go through it, but I just wanted to ask them because maybe my observation was or was not correct. It's my observation. I'm looking through my Kelly lens and fine. And they said, oh, no, that happens all the time. In fact, that's what does happen because you see And I imagine that most of you watching today know this. So please don't think that I'm talking down to you. But just for anyone, maybe people don't know this, okay? So obviously, the district attorney's office and the public defender's office, they're really not at odds with one another, although they represent different sides in a case. They really are not against each other. They work together. They are the attorneys for different sides, and together they create the whole picture in a given district. So, time after time again, they are in this position of defending and um, acting as the district attorney or prosecuting or charging a case, right? So, they really do work together. And although the people they represent are opposing one another, the goal of the justice system is to arrive at a reasonable legal remedy, whether it be through trial, through pleading, or whatever, however a case may play out. So, really, in that regard, they are very much working together. Okay. So, it happens all the time. Yes, going to the district attorney's office from being a public defender is generally a promotion. It's generally a step up. Okay. So that's why your district attorney's office are usually, staffed with the more seasoned and experienced attorneys. Like I was saying, my dad was in the assistant district attorney position for 29 years. That's a really long time, but it's my dad. He's great. He did a good job. And public defenders are often in that position for a very short time. Oftentimes, the public defender's position is a stepping stone when you are interested in working in criminal law. It's a stepping stone. How many times have you heard of a lifetime public defender? I was a public defender my entire career. I mean, I'm sure it exists out there. There's always an exception to whatever the statement is, but it doesn't happen so often. You will hear about people like my father, who was the ADA for 29 years, in addition to his own practice, where I live, being the assistant district attorney is a kind of a side gig because it is a smaller community. But, so I had my dad who attested to this, who lives in a small community, and my friend Alex, who lives in a larger community. And they both said this is completely a normal thing. There is nothing sketchy, shady, or off color about that whatsoever. Dun-dun-dun. Got it? Okay. Does anyone have any questions about that? Yeah, Joan, that it just needed to be addressed. I've heard it so many times, and every time I think to myself, no, 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 it's not wrong. It's right. That's what happens. So I wanted to put that out there. Okay. So that's fact, my friends. That's fact. All right. So so this series, it was going to be a 3-part series. This is part 2. It might end up being 4. I just want to be complete in the explanation and the information that I'm putting out there to, our YouTube community. The Desiree, got it, girl. I like that. The mission of this channel is to, help the effort to ensure that complete justice is served for the victims in this case. Now, necessary to that, assertion is my belief as a channel creator that complete justice has not been served for the victims in this case. And, in my mind, there are some logical outcomes that could fulfill the statement. Complete justice has been served for these victims. Okay. And we can all exhale and move on, or whatever it is we choose to do. It's like, hey, my channel's name is Watts the Obsession. What's going on for me? What is like life after Watts? Can we imagine it? I don't know. But I would be absolutely thrilled if that objective, the objective of complete justice being served for the victims in this case, was achieved. Now, necessary to that mission statement for this channel is the belief that should always be understood that this channel supports and empathizes, and I don't even know what more I could do, both victim families. I see the Watts as being a victim family. They lost their grandchildren, they lost their daughter-in-law. You know, the shock that they've endured with what's happened with their son, you know, how whatever the reality of the situation may have been. The Watts parents, the Watts sister, they did not do anything wrong. They were just people living their lives. When you watch the videos of the Watts interacting with their grandchildren, there was so much love there. My God, you know, just so much love. Just want to play. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I just want to play one video I have on my channel. It's not even a minute long, of Bella missing her grandparents. And in this case, she's talking about the Watts grandparents, but I just want it to be said, this does not demonstrate my favoritism for the Watts. I don't have favoritism when we're looking at the Rusick family versus the Watts family. I just have compassion and love and support for both of those families, and that should be known. But in this case, she's missing the Watts grandparents. So let me just quickie get here. Well, nope. Alrighty. And this time I'm going to try to have volume for you guys, okay? Let's see, where's the short little one? Okay. Oops. Okay.
They went home, baby. I know, but you'll talk to them on the phone later. They had to go home. We'll talk to them later. You want to call them? You want to call Mimi and Papa? Okay. Do you miss them? Papa's downstairs. Papa's not downstairs, baby. He had to go home. Say hi, Papa. Say hi, Mimi. Say I love you. Oh, you're so sad. Mimi. I know, baby. We'll go visit them next month, okay? You want to go visit them? Yeah. Okay. You miss them? Give them kisses. Yeah. Let's go downstairs, see Cece. You want to go see Cece? Yeah. Okay. Say bye, Mimi and Papa.
Oh my goodness. So, yeah. So, you know, watching those videos is, just, I don't know, just, you know, I think it's so important. And one reason I, on this channel, put out a lot of videos that is featuring either looking at the family dynamics or just featuring Bella and Cece is because I don't think it is possible to overwhelm those of us following the case with things that cause you to remember what this case is all about. You know, when people you know, I think some people, as we are looking at this case and looking into this case, basically, I guess, well, three things can happen. You can lose interest and stop. Okay. You can stay with it and you can stay true to the mission. You can stay true to your objective and why it was you started taking interest in this case. Or you can start to, like, go haywire, sideways, all over the place. And for anyone who has gone down the route, followed the route of going haywire, sideways, all over the place, chaotic, if we together can offer anything to bring those people back, to stay true to the mission of searching for complete justice for the victims, I feel like that's a very important thing. So this just popped out at me. Debbie says, my grandson used to stand in the window crying after me when I left his house. Oh, he lives with me now and he's 22. Oh my God. And how did that make you feel, Debbie? Oh my gosh. That must have just really like pulled at your heartstrings. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. Oh, that's awesome that he lives with you. That must be such a blessing. That's wonderful. Oh. So, okay, so moving on to the information. Okay, whoopsie poo. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. So, Debbie says, oh, that would have been crazy. Yeah, seriously. Okay. So I am going to share some slides with you. I'm going to very quickly just move through some of the information that I went over last time. And for those of you that saw the last live, I'm going to try to move through it quickly within like 10 minutes if you need to go get a drink or something. But I think it's critical to understanding what we're going to be talking about now. So I'm not even going to go through every slide, brush through as quickly as possible. And I did correct the slide where I had the wrong item number for one of the phones. That really threw me for a loop. And I noticed that there's just one place, last live I said two, but there's one place in Discovery where they mixed up the item numbers for the phones, and just think that ain't cool to have made any mistakes in Discovery. All right, so here we go. All right, so here we have cellular data, what I can and can't tell you. We're also going to be talking about GPS and I'm going to be introducing AGPS data today, okay? So here we have Watt's work phone is item 40 in Discovery. It's important to know that this is a Verizon phone. I'm actually going to go pop in there and write that down because it's really important. So it's Verizon, okay? And his personal phone is an AT&T phone. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, anywho, oops. Hold it. I'm going to stop and then start sharing again just so you can see the correction I just made will appear, I think, or it won't, and that's fine. Okay. Oh, it didn't, whatever. So we know it's Verizon, and it's item number 40 in Discovery. It's an iPhone 5S. The date of release was September 13th. September of 2013. Okay. It has a dual core processor and 1 GB of RAM or random access memory. His personal phone, and his work phone will be red in this presentation for clarity. His personal phone will be purple for clarity. Personal phone is item 41. He has AT&T, that's his carrier. The Discovery tells us, it gives us a model number, and when you pop it in Google, you're going to find out that it's an iPhone 7 Plus. That date of release is 2016, okay? So this is a 3 years newer phone than his work phone. It has a quad-core processor. That's an upgrade from the dual-core processor of his work phone. And it has 3 GB of RAM as opposed to 1 GB of random access memory or the local memory on the phone. So everything about his personal phone is newer, upgraded, and updated, okay? It is also known during that time, and I didn't put the map in here. Well, during that time with my background in site acquisition, I was able to reach out to some of the people I worked with, and I talked about them in the last live. They're very, they're highly esteemed people in their professions. I'm not going to give all their credentials again, but they were able to provide maps that showed the AT&T service in that Colorado area in general, except for right in Denver. The service in that area, AT&T had a much better service, much more comprehensive coverage, fewer gaps in their coverage. So Watt's work phone with his Verizon service, it was a lesser phone, and his carrier, Verizon, the coverage was not as good as his personal phone. So he can make a few inferences just based on that information, okay? So I'm not going to even talk about that again. You can go back to the last live if you want to see that. Hi, Marissa, and hi, Angelica. How you doing? Marissa says, I have a really important question about this case. Why was an agent from the sex offenders fugitive office present at autopsy in this case? Wow. Why was an agent from the sex offenders fugitive office? Oh, Marissa, I'm going to be honest. I don't even know about that. I'm going to be looking into it immediately, though. Can you please source where you got your information from? And if you would want to, if you could send me an email at this address, wattsobsession@gmail.com, any information you have about that point, it's in the discovery. Wow. Dang. Had the rest of you picked up on that? Something important about who was present at the autopsy is this, though. Oh my gosh, there's so many important things about this case. You know, again, time and time again throughout the years, all kinds of different creators or people have made a big deal about the defense attorneys not being present at the autopsy, but really what the law is, and I would have to revisit it, but the law says that certain people need to be there, and they, by proxy, act as representatives of the defense team, and that satisfies, the need for defense representation. So regarding the people who were present at the autopsy, I can assure you everything was kosher. Okay. Well, Marissa, I don't know. That's very interesting, and I'm definitely going to be looking into that. Okay. So here again, we just have Watt's work phone is item 40. His personal phone is item number 41. Not going to read through all that again. Okay. So not going to read through this again either. But okay. Whoops. Okay, so here we have Chris Watt's work phone, item 40. There were 481 steps around 4:30 a.m. We do not know why. That should say we do not know why. It makes sense that very few steps were clocked around 6 a.m., the time that Chris Watts was driving to CErvi 319 ostensibly or driving somewhere. You see there were steps clocked from around 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. continuously on his work phone, okay? Likewise, maybe this is a better picture one. No. We have the walking and running distance here. Oops. So again, around 4:30 a.m., some distance was clocked. It makes sense that around 6 a.m., little distance was covered, again, because he's ostensibly driving to CErvi 319. The distance clocked after 6 a.m. when Watts would arrived at CErvi again went up. So this makes sense. We have no idea why he's clocking so many steps around 4:30 a.m. in his house. Like nobody does that. And then they drop down at 6, he makes this drive, and then they go back up, right? This is all so far like making logical sense, okay? So now we get to the significant location data and the map data. And I'm going to let this linger for now because I'm going to address this completely towards the end, which isn't that far really. So how accurate is significant locations on iPhone? Now, I said in the last live, you can find the same information in any reliable source that you look up this information. I just chose this little blurb from a basic Google search because it's in conversational terms, and that's really nice, okay? The significant location is the least accurate of all location monitoring types. It only gets updates when there is a cell tower transition or change. This can mean a varying level of accuracy and updates based on where the user is. If you're in the city area, there's more updates, there's more towers. Therefore, if you're in a rural area where there aren't a lot of towers, you get less updates, and the significant location feature is less accurate, significantly less accurate. Okay, now we have Chris Watt's personal phone. Purple, personal phone, purple, item 41. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to look into that. Okay, so, oh, actually, I'm gonna have to take this down so you can see. Okay, so item 41, again, his personal phone is an iPhone 7. It's a newer model, 3 years newer, which in telecommunication terms is like a lifetime. Okay, this phone was removed from evidence, packaging, and placed into the Ramsey box to prevent the phone from connecting to the cellular network. Again, the Ramsey box, using electromagnetic frequencies, prohibits the phone from connecting to a network. The phone was not in airplane mode, so law enforcement did not put the phone in airplane mode. Pride or Honesty made an interesting point last live that I hadn't even thought of. Well, of course, law enforcement is not going to put the phone in airplane mode when they're expecting possible communications from he said an accomplice. And we're talking about NK. That was very smart. Pride or Honesty is a smart dude. Once switched to airplane mode, the phone was then processed using the tools described above. Okay. So here, I just want to note that there are coordinates for all pictures that were taken by this phone. So at 7:18 a.m., we have listed here item number 4. These are the coordinates for CErvi 319. I checked it out. They are the coordinates from where CErvi 319 used to stand because it is no longer there. And that picture was taken by Watt's personal phone. Tuck that into the back of your mind because we're going to revisit. Okay. Okay, so Watt's personal phone, item 41. Here's the walk and run distance information. So you see, just like with his work phone, at around 4:30 a.m., there was a decent amount of distance covered, 0.19 miles. So, 4:30 a.m. while you're walking around your house, that is a lot of distance. You'd have to walk, from your bedroom to the fridge to get a snack many, many times. So we see again, which makes sense, right around 6 a.m., the distance dips way down because ostensibly he is driving to CErvi, or we know he's driving somewhere, doing something where he's not moving. And then right around at 7 o'clock, the walking and running distance clocks up again, and then it drops off for a while. I'm going to address this. So this is showing the same thing. So here was the steps taken. Oh, so personal phone, this is the slide I didn't fix. It should say item 41. This is a typo, should say item 41. So it's the same pattern. I'm gonna go brush right past it because whoops. Okay, so personal phone item, it should be 41 again. We see that he logged in Rogan, Colorado. But hey, when you look closely, you're going to see that was way back in July. Well, we have this note here that says, and I have to go to my own slides here because it's covered. The note in discovery at the bottom says the specific location within Rogan as seen from the satellite is not shown due to the phone being off network. Okay, that's huge. Again, can you tuck that in the back of your mind too? I know we're fitting a lot there now. I'm going to bring this all back. We're going to close this loop, I promise. Okay, so now, we also have, again, I just want you to see the picture that was taken at 7:18 a.m. with the embedded coordinates, latitude and longitude, for the location of CErvi 319. It was taken from his personal phone. That slide is not right. It was taken from his personal phone, item 41. Okay. So although Watt's work phone does not show up in Rogan per the significant location data or this map here until 9:02 a.m. Oops, this is an old one too. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what? I know why those corrections weren't made, guys. Because just one second here. It is not sharing the updated version of my presentation. So let me save that real quick. Just give me one moment here. I knew I made those corrections. Oh my God. I thought I was going crazy for a minute there, my friends. All right, here we go. I knew I made those corrections. Okay, version 2, cellular data. And we're going to save this bad boy. All right, save. Mhm. Let's see. Let me just make sure this is now what we're looking at. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so now let me see if I can show you the corrected version. Sorry about that, but everything there was right except for the one item numbers that I had mentioned. Google Slides. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Very good. Okay, jeez. Silly, silly. Okay, here we go. Add to stream. All right. Okay, see, all right, here's the corrections that I made. Very good. Noting that his work phone was used Verizon service and his personal phone used AT&T. All right, good. Okay. Whew, I'm not going crazy. Thank the Lord. Hallelujah. Okay. So the picture taken is 17 a.m. Had the coordinates for CErvi 319 embedded in it. And it was taken from item number 41, Watt's personal phone is seen here. Okay. So Watts took a photograph of his laptop screen, presumably sitting in his truck. So it's noted here below, item 41. The metadata, and then there's a note saying the metadata confirms Watts was at the CErvi coordinates. The image is apparently only in a thumbnail format, and enlarging it blurs out the writing on the laptop screen. And I call bullshit to that because seriously, what picture can law enforcement and their technology not enhance? I absolutely do not believe that they were not able to make out the writing. Okay. So, regarding Watt's work phone not being at CErvi until 9:02 a.m. So, this is a narrative that's been going around, and I can understand why. Somebody could look at the discovery and look at this piece of information and make that deduction. It says, according to this map, Watt's work phone does not show up in Rogan until 9:02 a.m. What is this map? All right. So let's all slow down here. What is this map on the iPhone? This is where everybody's going to need to put on their thinking caps and pay attention. That is a blank slide. Okay. So an iPhone has what is called AGPS. This stands for Assisted GPS. Okay. So let's just talk really quickly about how a standard GPS works. Now, I'm going to share a different screen here. Now, when I was searching for this, it came up with a video that was intended for a younger audience. I think it's this cute little like Charlie Brown voice. And this is because I'm a school teacher. And this is the kind I'm usually looking up information to present to a younger audience. So please don't think that this is like, demeaning in any way. But I watched a few videos And I thought that this video was the most complete and thorough in its presentation in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to share that with you real quick, okay?
Back! GPS and a quest for pizza. It's Friday night and you want some pizza. Fast. But somebody is going to have to pick that pizza up. And that means they need to know how to get to the closest pizzeria. In this modern world, that's no problem. Just plug pizza into a smartphone and it tells you exactly how to get there. But how exactly does the phone know where you are? Something called a global positioning system, or GPS, tells you. That's how. When your phone tells you where you are, you may actually be listening to signals from satellites high up in space. There are over 30 satellites used for GPS, orbiting over 16,000 miles above the Earth. Your phone just needs to figure out how far away you are from some of them. If your phone knows how far away it is from 4 satellites, then there is only one place on Earth you can be. Your phone, or any device with a GPS, is programmed to know where all the satellites are at any given time. The phone uses that information, along with the amount of time the signal took to reach it, to figure out how far away the satellites are. By doing that, it computes its location. So when you search for the nearest pizza place in your smartphone, this is what your phone is thinking. What satellites are talking to me right now? Hey there, satellites. I know you guys. And I know where you are in the sky right now, too. Let me listen to your signal to figure out how far away I am from each of you. Oh, I must be right here. There's no other place that's the right distance away from each of you. Okay, let me check the internet to see what pizza places are near me. And all that happens in an instant. Good thing, too. You're only getting hungrier. Presented by NASA's Space.
Okay. Whoops. So again, whoops, let me go and pause this. Pause that. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea of how global positioning systems work, or the GPS works. So initially, I think there were 24 satellites. I'm not sure about that, but now there's over 30 satellites that are up there doing their little path, their little predetermined path. And they are there for the purpose of somebody trying to determine their location on Earth, connecting to them. Once you can connect to 4 of those 30 plus satellites, then there is only one place on Earth that you can be, and your global position, your position on this Earth, has been determined. Usually this process, if you're talking about a standalone GPS, it can take up to 12.5 minutes to determine your global positioning by finding 4 of the satellites that are going to then zero in. It's kind of like triangulation, sort of, but in some ways not. And when you connect to those 4 satellites, they say, okay, there's only one place on Earth you can be. Here it is. And that's all relative to time, and it gets pretty technical. Is that good enough? A good enough explanation of how GPS works? Okay, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go with yes. All right. Now, what's in an iPhone is different than a GPS. It's called an AGPS, assisted GPS. The A stands for assisted. So an AGPS uses GPS, finding those 4 satellites. It's going to hone in on your location, to determine your location using the available 30 plus satellites relative to real time. This is the GPS part of AGPS. The iPhone's AGPS is different from a standalone GPS because it is an assisted GPS. The assisted means the iPhone's AGPS uses other systems, namely cell phone communication, whether it be Wi-Fi or 4G or 5G, to assist in getting the location. And should also say here then recording and reporting the location. So that's why it's called assisted GPS. Does that make sense? Again, I'm going to post my email here. I see some chat going on. If anybody needs, I can connect you. If you don't want to put your email out there, I can connect any of you. I have many of your emails already through myself. I will check my email after this live and later tonight and tomorrow. And if you want to connect with anyone else, I will do that for you, I promise, okay? So the next slide. GPS on its own does not need an internet connection, but on an iPhone, in order to see where you are on the map, an internet connection is required. This is the difference between a GPS, a standalone GPS, and an AGPS. A GPS system, satellites only, you do not need an internet connection. An AGPS, assisted GPS, which is what is in your phone, does need an internet connection to record and report out the location. Okay, good. I'm glad. Okay. I'm sorry, Debbie. I went over this as many times. I broke it down as much as I could. And I just, I'm a teacher too. And maybe it's my failure that I could not see how to break it down any further. I just couldn't. Okay, email me DCT Prime. Oh yeah, you've been hacked before. I promise you, my email is safe. Many of the people in this chat right now, DCT Prime, have emailed me. I can assure you, DCT Prime, the people I see that you're communicating with now, I vouch for them. I trust them, and yeah, that's what I can put out there. Okay. Okay. Without a data signal, without an internet connection, whether it's Wi-Fi or 3G or 4G or 5G, why'd I put 3G? The phone is unable to show you a map, and you end up with something like this. Okay. In other words, no location is recorded and no image is generated on the map without an internet connection. That is why this note can be found in Discovery. And again, that is the note that says, to go here, the specific location within Rogan is seen from the satellite is not shown due to the phone being off network. And that is because an iPhone uses that AGPS system, okay? So what do we know about Watt's work phone? We know that his phone was an older model. It was at 5S, and the service is through Verizon. We know that it is less likely to connect to an available tower due to the model and its features. We also know that there were fewer Verizon towers as compared to AT&T towers in that area at that time. Just kind of curious as to why Indarco went with Verizon service, but there, when a large business chooses to do business with, a carrier or any other vendor, there's a lot of factors involved. It's a business decision, right? Since the iPhone uses AGPS technology, the GPS satellite information may not be transmitted to Watt's phone if the phone is not connecting to a tower. In this case, there would be no location data recorded and no map would be generated showing CW's location in Rogan. So this is, well, It is my informed opinion that the Rogan location was not recorded on Chris Watt's work iPhone map because the phone had spotty, if any, internet connection, and the GPS data was missing the assist. And remember, the assist is the internet connection that's necessary for the map location to be recorded. For this reason, there is no AGPS location information prior to 9:02 a.m. Additionally, we know that Watt's work phone did not simply appear into existence the morning of August 13th. So, if the phone wasn't in Rogan, if it wasn't showing the phone on any map, where was it? My conclusion is there is no GPS map data for the work phone prior to 9:02 because it wasn't connecting to a tower. So the information simply was not recorded in the phone. Okay. Hi, Pilot Pete. How you doing? This is the only case in recent years I bought all the books I could find. It was a case I filed for 2 years. Truly a case for young couples. Oh my gosh. That's an excellent point, Pilot Pete. Many of the videos that I put out on my channel have the purpose of carrying that message for other people to learn from. I think when we examine the family dynamics that existed in the Watts family prior to this, horrendous tragedy happening, there are a lot of learning opportunities. Yeah. So welcome, Pilot Pete. Nice to see you here. So, what do we have to show where Watts was that morning? Well, what we do have is we have GPS data that's generated from Geotab. Geotab has, with a package, a standalone GPS system that does not rely on that assist of the internet. So I don't know if everyone here is familiar with Geotab. Anadarko, the company that Chris Watts worked for, outfitted all of the trucks in its fleet with some software and hardware, a system called Geotab that would allow them to track movements of their drivers and also to ensure that their drivers were always using the highest safety precautions in their workday. This in turn minimized or reduced Anadarko's exposure of liability. So goodbye. Okay. So yeah. So we have the GPS data generated from Geotab that is a standalone GPS system, not relying on the assist of the internet. Okay. So here, let's take a look at this. So, are you guys able to see this? So we see that here, item 41, August 13th, 2018. It's the first highlighted item. At 5:18 and 32 seconds a.m., Geotab's GPS system, which was working just fine, it does not rely on an internet connection, has Watt sitting at 2905 Saratoga Trail. So, their address was 2825, correct? Yes, 2825. So, So at that time, he was in his driveway, but GPS, global positioning technology can be off by a matter of a few feet. And I can't remember what those feet are. I looked it up before. I should have included it in here. But to me, when I looked at this and looked at it again and researched and looked at it again, it made sense that he would be located, like at the neighbor's address. All right. So he is there he stopped there for 27 minutes. We then see on August 13th, 2018 at 6:51 a.m. The next location is CErvi 319 in Keensburg. So CErvi 319 can come up having an address of Keensburg or Rogan, just depending, because I imagine the township lines or the area lines, whatever it's called out there, are probably it's just not a very well defined area. So depending on what you look at, you're going to get Keensburg or Rogan. So he was there. So the distance is 47 miles. So that makes sense. And the stop duration was 2 hours and 36 minutes. So let's just do the I mean, the math. Okay. So if he arrived at 6:53 a.m., see, it's that sludgy contact lens thing, and he's there for 2 hours and 36 minutes, that brings us to what, 9:33 a.m., I believe? Yes, right around there. Right around there. I didn't do the math ahead of time. So this all makes good sense. Next line, item 43, August 13th, 2018 at 9:39 a.m. So I think that's what it brings us to. We see then that he goes to CErvi, another site on the CErvi ranch. So many of you probably know. If you do not know, the CErvi ranch was a large plot of land in the Central Plains of Colorado. They had several battery sites on it, one of them being CErvi 319. CErvi is the family name of the landowners, and another one is CErvi 1029, among others. So from CErvi 319, he goes to CErvi 1029, and he's there for, let's see, what does that say, 3 hours and 13 minutes? Yes. So from there, he's just moving around. You see that he's moving around the CErvi 1029 site. He's moving around the CErvi 1029 site. After he leaves the CErvi ranch at 12:57, he arrives at Black Mesa Drive. So that is the location that's right around the corner from the Watts house that law enforcement was remiss to not investigate sooner, because Watts admits that he dropped some things off at this site. Jane's dog tried to hit on this site, but Jane wasn't listening. Do you guys remember that? Or if you don't know about that, I have some videos on it that cover this information, as do other creators. He was there for 4 minutes, dumping off what would have been evidence. And then from there, he transverses over to his home address of 2825 Saratoga Trail. So this all makes good sense. And this accounts for Chris Watts' movements on the morning of August 13th, 2018. He's at his house. He moves his car. He sits there. He drives to CErvi 319. He's there for a while. He goes to CErvi 1029. He's there for a while. He moves his truck at CErvi 1029, and that's a whole other issue. He's there for a while, a couple minutes. He leaves. He heads home. He stops at Black Mesa Drive to dump off evidence in a dumpster, and then he heads home. This accounts for his movements on the morning of Monday, August 13th, 2018. And we can see from the information that we just went over, the fact that he wasn't pinned on the iPhone's map that uses that AGPS technology ain't really no big thing, because it depends on an internet connection, which for all of the reasons already stated in this presentation and otherwise, he probably didn't connect. Okay. All right. So what do you guys think? Wow. Hi, Aussie Girl Jen. Oh, I am so happy you're here. I feel like this is a special moment. I'm so happy you're here. We've been trying to connect on a live for a while. Hope they put, hi Dave BMX, how you doing? Hope they put NK in jail in 2022. I do too. And, in the beginning of this live, we were talking about, the reasonable deductions that I believe that you can make from the evidence provided in this case, and then some theories that I think are just going a little sideways. In my opinion, the reasonable conclusion, in the effort towards serving complete justice for the victims in this tragedy, is that NK be charged with something. Was she an accomplice? Did she create the plan? Did she know what was happening ahead of time? Was she given information afterwards? Or with just the information that we know that she obstructed justice, that she deleted evidence that was material to this case. I mean, I've done few videos about it. The most recent one I did, if you are trying to get caught up with everything NK, I think, whoops, it's called the NK reference guide. And that video, the purpose of that video was an attempt to, and it's hard to do, was to summarize all of the naughty, terrible, illegal, immoral things that she did and relay that information in one video. I'm going to give you the link to this video. Okay. Whew. So that's that. So, oh, is Pride or Honesty here? Did I see Pride or Honesty? I quoted you earlier, Pride or Honesty. If you are indeed here, when you mentioned yesterday, or I'm sorry, the other day that can be wrong by 30 feet. Thank you so much, Pride or Honesty. He always like swoops in with like the superhero information. Pride or Honesty says, GPS can be wrong by 30 feet when it first starts up. Most products delay the first reading until GPS becomes accurate, but maybe not geotab. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. True Tam, hey, how are you doing, honey? Oh, it's so nice to have you here too. Pride or Honesty, that's an awesome piece of information. I was just sharing with the gang here a great point that you made the other night when I said, oh, kind of maybe law enforcement was remiss in not putting Chris Watt's phone into airplane mode before putting it in the Ramsey box. And your astute comment that, well, why would they put it in airplane mode when they were waiting for a possible accomplice to text him, right? I mean, I honestly had never thought of it. And this is why it takes a village. When we're talking about the Watts case, it truly does take a village, but it takes a sane village. It takes a sane village. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Marissa Fernandez says, my biggest question, why was an agent, okay, you told me, or I already read that. Yeah. Either to have her, why was Bell, yeah, I don't, regarding the autopsies, that is an area that I personally just haven't I haven't touched very much. And the reason is I am not a medical expert. My gosh, by absolutely no means. And I'm not saying that, people reading the autopsy information and making conclusions, if you're not an medical expert in it, I'm not poo pooing those people or whatever. But I myself don't feel like I can rightfully take on all of that really complex medical information and the medical jargon and, even the way, things are written in the format they are written. When you are a trained medical professional, it might mean something different. So for that reason, I just don't speak to the autopsy information much for that reason. Yeah, so Pride or Honesty says we know that she pinged in Frederick and had no alibi, so that would be step one. For some reason, she walked away without even explaining that. Yeah, I mean, that's just so crazy. Yeah. So Angelica says, but why didn't they use burner phones? I don't know. Angelica. Does anyone else have a idea on that? Oh, hey, True Tam, do you want to come up? My girl, True Tam, you there? Lots of information put out by creators on autopsies in this case. That's correct, Nancy N. Absolutely, you're right. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. Nancy N says lots of misinformation put out by creators, in this case, by those who claim to be qualified. I believe that to be true. I do. Yeah. Yeah, Dave G hasn't. We were talking about this the other day, Desiree. I haven't seen Dave G around in a while. True Tam, my girl, where are you? I just saw her. How long ago is that? That's what I'm looking at here. True Tam, 9:33. What time is it now? Okay. Yeah, well, True Tam, if you are still here, I would love for you to come on. Let me shoot her a text too. So what do you guys? Does anyone else want to come up? Oh, my phone's not working. Does anyone else want to come up on the panel and chat? Yeah. So Maria Fernandez, she says to Desiree or Desired, I saw Archimedes on M the other day saying NK is a victim, complete 180. Yeah, there have been a lot of creators that have done complete 180s. And yeah, that's right. Let's see. Let me just go. I'm going to go plug my phone in here because I want to see if I can catch True Tam if the phone gets charged pretty quick. Pride see. You want to come up on panel? Anyone? Joan? Anyone? Anyone? I know. And you don't have to put video on, obviously. My video is not on. I find when I have to do a lot of reading on the screen and I'm like squinting. Lily! Oh, hey. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, absolutely, Lily. But hey, thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Yeah. Thank you so much. I love Lily. She is just absolutely wonderful. Love Lily. You want to come up on panel, Joan? So thank you for stopping by, Lily. I'm happy you woke up just now. It always makes me happy to see you. So Joan, do you want to come up on panel? Because if you do, I'm going to put the link up. Happy Aussie girl. Oh, so many of my favorite peeps are here. This is amazing. And True Tam, are you still here? Lily Shaw. Woo woo. Hello, Jennifer Ann. NK was totally there, and autopsies look like my 11-year-old. You do have okay, very good. I'm going to invite John up. Yeah, Jennifer, and it's just when we're thinking about the victims of this case, and my gosh, it's just I think it's just so shameful the quality of which so much of the information was put out here. And all right, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do a couple things at once, and I'm very bad multitasker. All right, Joan. So I'm gonna put the link up, okay, and then I'm gonna leave it up for not too terribly long. Oh, I'm sorry, Joan. So you can come on up, okay? Here you go, Joan. We're going. Here's the link. All right. Gonna leave it up for not too long because we don't want to see any butts. She's coming up, Angelica. Oops. Stop that screen. Oops, I have to. Nope. Stop this one too for now. Nope. You get it, Joan? Let's see here. Let me move this too. See if I can get Joan here. These are really good questions, Marissa. After this live, I'm going to go through and I'm going to read all of your questions. I'm going to look into them myself. Not that, not saying that I'm going to be the person to find anything that others haven't, but I'm going to give it a try. Let's see, what is going on here? I don't want to slow the layout. Joan, are you trying to come up? Joan, did you get the link, girl? Let's see. I'm trying to get the link. You have to restart your phone. Sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. So she's restarting her phone. So I'm going to, here I will. So there's the link again. And I don't know, True Tam, if you're still here and you want to come up, I'd love for you to come up. If not, you can come up another time. Ooh, I didn't mean to. No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back myself. Alrighty, back here. All right. Oh, good. Here she is. All right, Joan. Okay, there. I got you, girl. Let me just jump off into.
Sorry.
Hey, just give me 1 second. Let me just take this down really quick.
I'm so not good at this technology stuff sometimes.
I feel you.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. Hey, welcome, my darling. Welcome,
Hello,
welcome,
everybody. Well,
everyone say
how's
hey,
everybody? How is everybody? I hope everyone's good. It was nice talking to them in chat. They're so nice. And that was good, Kelly, that information with the phone and all. I always have trouble.
Yeah.
I never understand all that. Like, what if they had burner phones? But then I thought maybe they thought they had to be, like, they ain't that stupid. I just don't know. I can't figure something out. I heard something today.
So what's going on? What do you have to tell us? It sounds like
it got me very upset, and I'm sure we all heard it. But it happened to come on my feed, and then but now trust me, I've been with this case for as long as you all have, and I'm a very much I believe that and I did it. I just you know how I feel.
Yeah.
But today I had saw something that somebody wrote, and I feel kind of embarrassed to say this, but I was very much against this one person. She's Shanann, and I didn't like her. I didn't like her narrative. I can't say I didn't like her, but I saw somebody else's post and stuff they had said. I don't know. I mean, you know how you go down the rabbit holes, but it's like so against my narrative. It was saying that Shanann had munchism. I know I read all this before, and that she basically, basically she went home that night, and the family is covering for her. The music's in NA, something I never ever thought I'd consider. But the way the person wrote it, it was like she proved like facts. I could read it to you. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that though.
Yeah, go ahead. I think it's fine. Just don't say who said it.
Yeah, because I'm upset about it because I don't want to even believe I read it. I can't even believe what's the word I want to say? I believe I was even thinking about it is what I want to say. I don't know.
I just want to let you know that Debbie and DCT Prime and Desiree and everyone's cheering you on. They all say hi and they're glad that you came. Yeah.
Thank you, because I'm so scared. I'm so bad with things like this, but
you're doing great.
I just would like to know everybody's opinion on it. And I'm sure that everybody's heard that before, but the way the narrative, and I'm not saying, I'm not blaming, I just want to kick around the idea because the way they brought it to me was making sense. Like she wasn't supposed to be, apparently they said that Shanann wasn't supposed to be around the children, that there was just a start of an investigation with the children and youth, and that she wasn't supposed to be there. NA wasn't supposed to bring her home that night.
Whoops. What happened here? Oh, where'd Joan go? Oh, Joan, where'd you go? Darn. Joan.
Let me say.
Oh, wait. Stop, Joan. We didn't hear you for about the last minute. The last thing I heard you say was NA was not supposed to bring her home that night.
Yes, because it was the start of an investigation.
Right.
That, because of the children being at the hospital, and Chris and Shanann were separated, and she wasn't supposed to go home that night because she was supposed to sleep at Nicole Atkinson's house. And Nicole brought her home, and she snuck it in the basement window, Shanann. Okay, and apparently this is the story. I asked what? Like, and she said she was on, and she showed a screenshot of her being on surviving, spousal surviving on Facebook. That Shanann was on there. I saw her face. Now I don't know if you can fake that or what, but she had to post up there. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Somebody had to have saw what I'm talking about.
Well,
apparently her mother. The reason why her mom. Now this is where it kind of makes sense. I have to read it to you because her mother. The reason why I thought about this was because the mom didn't go. I was even considering this because you know how her mom didn't go, and her mom was saying check the knives, and they went there ahead of time, and different things like was this. I don't know. For a split second, I actually thought, what? Like I looked at it, and I was thinking, what else was it saying this? That she took it. Now, the reason why she took, so they're saying that she took a pill, that she induced the labor, and she didn't know she was going to. And one of her, I don't know, I have to read you the exact same, but does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, can I ask you, did you hear this on a channel, the name starts with M?
No, I don't know, but it's associated probably with her.
Okay, yeah. I've heard most of this before. I've heard that.
Yeah, but the way I asked her today because I saw Shanann's feed, with this. Now I don't know if you can lie about that stuff. I'm sure you can. I got
Well, wait, back it up, girl. Back it up. Slow down.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Shanann's feed said what?
She said Shanann was on spousal abuse on Facebook. She joined the group and she was talking about spousal. What's the name? There's a name. She was on it. And I saw a picture, and that wasn't the person. Them. It was somebody else. She's back now, but she was off for a while. But I just don't know. I'm afraid to
Wait, she was who?
She was gone for like 6 months, and she's back. That's how come probably it came on my feed. And I never ever. I used to fight with them. I used to say
Why don't you just say who it is, and I'll hook them up here with putting their site up, and we're just going to call it good. Hi, allegedly.
Yeah, can we?
Who is it?
I mean, can we just do it? Because I just like to bring it out and
just bring it out. So we are recommending that you go and watch this channel yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the link up. Go ahead.
And I'm no way, and I'm not promoting that the Ruziks are involved.
No.
And they did that. No way. Because I'm a Ruzik supporter.
No.
I'm a family supporter. I don't like the truth. But I want the truth. Something's not right. And I'm just thinking maybe the reason why it's not right and it's not fitting is because maybe there is. I know it sounds so sick and weird. Like I shouldn't even believe it, but it's different things. I'm right. Let me just do this.
So spit it out. What's the channel? Just say what's the channel. Just say it.
Okay, it's hold on. I have to find the channel because I screenshot. Just can you give me 1 second?
Okay, sure thing. She's nervous. It's okay. Relax.
I'm so nervous.
I take responsibility for this. It's okay.
No, you can put my name out there. I don't mind saying it because we're putting out just facts that we heard and just kicking things around, and that's basically what this is.
Yes, okay. And I just want to pause to say, yes, DCP primetime, I agree with you. And I also want to say the fact that we are talking about this does not mean in any way that we substantiate this perspective or that we blame Shanann or that we have anything negative to say about her or her family. We are talking about some information that is out there. We are not endorsing this information, okay? My channel does not endorse this information, okay? Okay, go ahead, Joan. Oh, Joan, did we lose you again? My girl, Joan. Yeah, Nancy Ann says there are plenty of Shanann Facebook videos that have her alone with her children. Yeah, I agree with that too.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Again,
I don't know why that happens.
Okay.
It's STR8.
Oh, right.
Did you see her?
Yeah, straight something. Here, let me look it up so I can plug like I promised I would.
Apparently, yeah. And I mean, I just can't. Like, I honestly, I was kind of ashamed of myself that I actually kept on reading because I was interested because I was like, maybe I'm going down a wrong hole.
Maybe,
and let me hear it.
but wait, it's straight what? Because there's a lot of channels that begin with that.
Okay. I don't know. I screenshotted it because she wrote back to me because I was like, thought I would explain something. It's called STR8 and then an 8 up.
Up?
Yeah, up.
Okay.
You should be able to see it. And now I don't know.
Well, there's a bunch of them that are like that though. Straight up what?
Oh my gosh, this is terrible.
Do you want to email it to me?
Yeah, because I probably have to go. I could probably have to. Yeah, let me. I don't know if I should be able to stay on my Facebook, and then I don't know why my YouTube channel, my YouTube, and I'm so embarrassed. Oh my gosh. Let me get this information and come right back.
Okay.
I'll be better prepared. It'll be like 2 seconds.
Sure,
I'll make more sense when I come back.
I think I found it. Straight up blowing minds.
Yeah, because it's blowing my mind. It's making me upset, and I want to know. But some things are just like.
Okay, I see it. Straight Chris Watts with Shanann for. Oh, I see it. Yeah. So this is it's taking this perspective of. I see a video here called Chris Watts was Shanann verbally, mentally, and emotionally abusive to her husband. Well,
this is what she wrote to me. She wrote to me. She wrote, got into the basement window, did what she did, and was found in the morning already in rigor mortis. That means, laid there dead for hours. Before anyone found her, they found the bodies, wrapped them up, carried them through the basement window into the red truck, took them to the site, and they was called back to clean up. It was moving day. And SW was not supposed to be, she was supposed to be at NA's that night. She wasn't supposed to be at the house that night. And her and CW were separated. And she wasn't allowed to be at that house with the children. And they dropped her off when she wasn't supposed to be. SW got into the basement window, did what she did. And that's basically, that's what she said.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. She's
Whoops. Okay, so while she's out there. So guys, I'm looking at this. Yeah. So I'm looking at I'm not even going to put the channel up. Okay. You got it. I already put this straight in so whatever. So I'm looking at the creators page right now. Just 1 second, Joan. I'm looking at the page. The creators page right now, and I'm kind of seeing what's going on here. She's also, I see, at 911 subscribers, so she's probably going for the subs for that 1,000.
I think she's been back a day though.
What's that?
I think she just came back. She's been gone. That's kind of what I got out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did you see the survivors? She was Shanann's face. It was the very first post.
Say that again, honey.
It was the very first post. It was Shanann was talking in a survivors group of emotional abuse about she was in love with somebody. And Chris was in love with somebody. I don't know if did you see that? It should be the very first post. That's
the bombshell evidence. Oh my FG.
About
and then there's one with Sandy Rusick, and she has
that's it
on the puppet thing, and it's Dave.
Yes. That's
kind of funny. It's kind of funny, actually.
Well, apparently Dave knows about it because that's Dave. She told Dave apparently, and he wanted it. He wanted to know about it, and that might be why Dave started. Like it's weird that that I don't know, but then I go back to Red X and Red X and so basically that's saying Nikki NK didn't do anything, and I don't believe that.
Okay, yeah. Well, so hold it. So I'm looking at this. I'm going to have to watch this. I don't know if I want to put it. I'm not sure.
I don't think you should probably watch it because it really upset me, and I just couldn't believe that all. But then what she said, she's like, I didn't even want to ask her. I said, well, why would they do that? But then she said that's why she didn't come look for her daughter. That's why,
Yeah.
and that's why nobody would come. And then I don't know. It just like I didn't want to know all that. Like
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna say I see, so what I do see is that she has a tiff with Dave that she's airing. And all kind, this is like to me this looks like a drama channel kind of thing.
So you don't think there's any truth to that at all?
No, I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, I'm just taking my first glance at this. This person did say that she's been gone for 6 months. She's airing her dirty laundry she's airing her dirty laundry with Dave, I see, and that's like what's about. I'm not saying anything either way about this. I am not familiar with this channel at all. Oh, Aussie Girl Jen is on here. Aussie Girl Jen, do you know? Okay, yes. So you're Aussie Girl Jen, you're just standing up for Dave, but there's a screenshot of you, my darling, in this video. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's move
on
from that. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about it, girl. We're okay with this. I mean, yeah.
I was just really, I was like, wow. Maybe it was upsetting. I just want to know what everybody thought.
Okay, so what does everyone think about this?
Yeah. Did you hear it before?
I know. Aww.
It's okay.
Are you upset about this, Aussie Girl Jen? I'm sorry. I just felt that out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, let's not worry about it. We're not going to worry about this person. But so you and I, we're going to talk about
it too.
No, you and I will talk about it later, and we'll work it out. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Some of our subs and members here, it looks like I don't know, or maybe she used their likeness without their permission, and I don't like that. So let's skip on.
No, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I just wanted to know about the story. I mean, that was any truth to that.
I don't know. I mean, that's something that's been going around, that there was.
I did hear that too.
I don't think that there's like anything to really substantiate it. So
I mean, I don't want to bash. I would never ever. It just is upsetting because I feel like
Girl Jen. Oh my god.
Yeah, I hate to see all them fighting, and I don't want to.
Yeah. Let's move on from it. Let's move on from it altogether. Let's move on from it.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to upset anybody, but I was upset, and I just thought.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to get caught up in that. I don't know why I had to see that.
Yeah, no, Joan, let it go. You got to let it go. This, you saw it for whatever reason. Please let it go. Just let it go. This is nothing that you have to worry yourself with. There's people. I mean, my gosh, if you go down deep enough into the rabbit hole, you can find all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Yeah.
It is crazy. It really is.
Okay.
I think that you have, the one, I believe, like I followed Dave and TJ, and, they just found somebody walking out of the garage, so.
Well, I mean, okay, wait a minute, stop. That's what they said. We still haven't seen that video. Until I see that video, I'm not making any claims on that, so that's what
I mean. Hasn't everybody watched it? I've watched the video myself, and I see so many things I almost emailed to like, oh my gosh, I see this, and I'm like, I better stop. I look crazy. Like he's watched, the video. I've been at, how you look at it, and you're looking at it, and you want to see. And I see all kinds of things. Sometimes I feel like I don't see nothing. Sometimes I feel like I see everything.
Yeah. So I've said before that I've said this in my last live that I used to really, really like the work that TJ did. I thought that the way her approach was very logical, and I don't know, and TJ's good, but watching there was a couple of lives that she did back when Danielle was on there, and I remember she said, if I look at anything long enough, I can see like pink elephants. And that's very true. If you look at anything long enough, I mean, this is a proven fact. This is what your brain does. It can make like anything out of nothing, right?
Right.
But yeah. Wait, so Angelica, I still don't know I don't know what's Angelica. So So you just said, no problem, Kelly. I know that people are not ready to see it. Might be totally true. What are you referring to, honey? Let's see. Never heard of that. I got a little bit lost in the other than I wanted to make sure Ozzy Girl Jen, I just wanted to know if I should be like trying to get her signature because geez. Isn't that the worst, Girl Jen, when you find yourself in like some kind of material that you're not really, it's like, oh
Is
man.
she okay? Yeah, I don't want to upset nobody.
No, it's all good. We're good.
I just want to see if anybody heard it. Is there any truth to any of it?
Yeah, I don't know. This is something that's been, out there for a while and nobody's been able to
No, I know the one channel. She's a real bad. She doesn't like, she's not very nice about her approach. But I never followed her. I had one narrative in my head.
Yeah.
Not that anybody's wrong or right. In my head, that's what I was thinking. Well, I have a whole, NK did it, and a couple of other people did it, and that's that.
Yeah. Hold it. Just 1 second, Joan. I just want to see. So wait, I'm not following what's going on in the chat. So DCT Prime, you just said, I'm so sorry, Angelica. It's not okay, honey. It's really not.
Oh, what's wrong? I'm sorry.
I don't even know. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all, so Nancy's assuring you it's all rumors. Okay. So, hey, listen. So, Angelica, I kind of see what's going on here. So, listen. Yeah, we've all heard it before and we don't believe it. So that's that, Joan. But Angelica, so, with Bella and Cece, I have videos out there that address some of these certain things. And I mean it. I mean this authentically from the bottom of my heart. Like, if I recorded, and I'm not saying that I completely disagree with you, but if I recorded my own self as a young mother, like all of these hours a day, I don't know what it would look like, and where I always go back to is this, on this issue, okay? Shanann she did not get to live out her right, to live out her life because it was taken from her. So, her life was taken. Joan, there's a lot of background. I'm gonna turn you off for a second. There's a lot of background noise, honey.
Okay, I'm gonna get off.
Okay, no problem, honey.
I'll just mute myself.
Okay. So, her life was taken from her at the age of 33. If she was allowed to live her life, she would have learned. She would have learned from her mistakes. She would have become wiser. The nature of human beings is to evolve and to grow as we get older, and maybe, I don't know, we're seeing this small snippet into her life. I'm going to agree that some of the things look like whatever, like not so great, but it's this super small purview into her life, into their lives. And, I always feel like, and I say that, we can't just, look at a narrow view of something and make like any like grand conclusions from that. We kind of have to bring a lot of different pieces of information together. It's absolutely evil what happened to Shanann. Yeah, Angelica, I'm glad that you agree with that. I mean, I know, and no, you're okay. And hi, Tia Marie and True Crime, how you doing? And Angelica, I think that sometimes you've commented on videos and we've had a little bit of back and forth, but we always end up hugging it out. Utter Nutter, hi, how are you? Yeah, we don't bash Shanann. We do not. We don't. That's, yeah, it's just, at the end of the day, here's this. I mean, if we wanted to, a lot of my videos look at the family dynamic of the Watts family, okay? And I will only put content out there on YouTube that like goes so far because I just don't know. But say if we were in, a college class, and this is a family that we're studying, looking at these family dynamics in whatever psychology class, we could really start to, parse things and look at this and categorize it as this and diagnose it as this, for like a scholastic purpose. But I don't want to go that far. At the end of the day, she was a murder victim and her babies were murdered. And She did not have the chance to grow wise and mature and evolve past the age of 31 or 33. And that is a goddamn shame. So, it's like if we were pausing this woman's life, Shanann's life at this moment in time, and God, it makes me want to cry. Just think so much about this case makes me want to cry. We are always, if we're looking at her in judgment all the time, we are always going to be looking at this person whose life was stolen from her at the age of 33 and judging her for the decisions and the mistakes or the victories she had at that point in her life. I think we need, and I'm not trying to preach here, but I guess I kind of am. Always look at it in that context of we're looking at this person who really was very young and didn't have a chance. I agree about with, yeah. Yeah, Bella did look frightened a lot of the time. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So there is, yes, Tia Marie and true crime. There is a difference between bashing and just talking about the reality of it. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, and then Marissa says, let's just post some comments up here. She's not perfect at all. Nobody is, but these women, yeah. So let's just, she's a murder victim. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we do. Yeah. So this is a good point, Desiree. You have her videos to pick her apart, just like all the police cam to pick everyone else apart. We don't have this with other cases. That's right. Absolutely. Amen, sister. That's why we're so sensitive about this case. And I agree with that. Yeah. Yes, you said it much more concisely than I did. We have all of this footage. We could make we could make several college courses out of, the footage that we have and what we see and the lessons we could learn or the themes that we could attach to them. Sometimes it is the approach that we are coming in with, that colors things. And, I mean, if you watch some of my videos about the family dynamics, I think, I make my stand clear. I observe some things and listen, I believe this, and I'm going to say it here. Towards the end of Shanann's life, she really took a turn. And she, in that not final, but in the video, the one where she is, yes, Angelica, I agree with that. Okay, I gotta stop reading the comments and just speak. The video where she is talking, it is towards the end of her life. This video I actually weave throughout my documentary. It was sort of the narrative for the documentary where she's wearing the purple shirt. You can find it here. And she says, that she lives for her family. She lives for her children. She wants to help other people. And I do believe that she did. I think that the MLM really took her for a ride. Unfortunately, I think that's terrible that happened. But I think the MLM really took her for a ride. And I think it was financially detrimental to them. And I have some videos about the MLM aspect of this out there too. If you want to hear about this in more detail, I don't want to go too far into it. I've been involved in a couple of MLMs and, some people are involved in them and they're happy in them and they claim to have success in them. I sort of saw the behind the scenes workings of these MLMs and throughout the 3 companies that were spread over maybe a dozen years. And they were totally different companies. They did all have these same themes of pushing the people that were working with them or for them to present themselves in a certain way and to go after people in a certain way. And to me, in retrospect, it was unhealthy for me at the time. It felt a little unhealthy and whatever. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I really do believe, regardless of all that crap, that Shanann wanted to help people. And for her being involved in this MLM that promoted this healthy lifestyle and promoted these healthy living products and ways and techniques, she was trying to help people, no doubt. I believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that. And I really do believe if, Shanann and her essence and Shanann without who she really was and who she was trying to be, if she knew that so many people could learn really valuable lessons that could change your life and could improve the quality of someone's life by watching her example, I really do believe she would want that. I believe she would stand by that. I believe she would want that. I believe she would endorse that. And that's always been my connection to this case. That's always been my connection to Shanann. And, that's that. Pride or honesty. Oh, you want to hear all about my MLM experience? Oh gosh. Yeah, another time. Yeah, I don't know what happened to True Tam. Let me go grab my phone real quick. It's just right over here. Pride or honesty, in a couple different videos I did, I definitely started to discuss my MLM experiences. In a nutshell, I'm going to just tell you this. The first one I got involved in, it really took me for a ride. I ended up spending a ton of money because I believe you really do have to yeah, I agree. Wait, who said that? Wait, hold it. I just saw a comment I really liked. True. I think it was Tia Maria and True Crime. Shanann would have been better off making a YouTube channel. She was charismatic. Yes, exactly. Oh, thank you, my girl. She was charismatic. She had all these awesome qualities. She really she connected with people. I mean, look at the group of friends she had. I mean, her friends like loved her. I think you can tell something about a person. If somebody doesn't have a group of awesome friends around them, that just might mean that they are more of an introvert. But when somebody has all of those people around them that just like really like love them and are all about them and have nothing so much, it says something about the person. She was charismatic. I do believe she did have a good heart. And I think you're exactly right. So my experience with the MLMs, the first one really took me for a ride. Ended up losing a ton of money on it and, whatever. The second one I was a little smarter with and I learned a lot of things. The third one I got involved with was the last one. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, I see what's going on here. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get involved with this MLM and I'm going to work the MLM. So I looked at the commission structure of a few MLMs, not really caring which one I got involved with. And I picked one based on its commission structure. So I noticed that it had a really front loaded commission. So and this is typical because they want to pull you in. You're making money, hand over fist. And Shanann talks about this in your first 3 weeks. You can get an opportunity to get you sell $800, you get a $600 bonus. That's almost a 100% commission. And yeah, it is. But that's just to pull you into the MLM. This is in my opinion. So anyway, my third one, I looked at the commission structure. I saw it was front loaded. I saw that in the first 5 months, there was a possibility of making close to $10,000 in bonuses. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. I thought about, can I do this for 5 months? And it really was, one of the criteria was I had to, stand behind the product and like the product and believe in the product. And I did. And it's a product I still use a few years later, actually, or a line or whatever it is. And, I said to myself, so I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do it full on for 5 months. But Kelly, after 5 months, you got to stop because these things have this addictive quality. You get pulled into this community, you get patted on the back. My mentor, whatever, was sending me these platinum, all these gifts and stuff. You really get courted into these things. So I did it. I made my front loaded bonuses. I stopped after 5 months. I took my little kitty of cash and I was done with it. If I kept going, I would have had to keep paying back into the company to keep my status, to keep getting the pats on the back, to keep getting, the accolades, to keep getting the bonuses. It's weird stuff. So Angelica, I'm just looking at the comments from the bottom up now. It says, Angelica, so why were they broke? CW was so non-existent in their family life. I think that they were broke because she was paying back into the MLM. Yeah, and Desired says Shanann could sell ice to an Eskimo. Yeah, whatever that saying is, Desiree. She was an excellent salesperson. She had a lot of charisma. Pride or honesty. Shanann was good at it, but made very little money. That's right, pride or honesty. Chris Watts just completely ignorant to it. That's right, pride or honesty. Everything this man says. That's right. That's right. He even said she made $80K in a year because he didn't understand the difference between revenue and her commission. That's exactly it. So, you hit the nail on the head. I don't know if I want to keep going further into this, but basically, that $80K that she made in a year includes what she paid back into the company to buy the products to maintain her status, or to buy the products, to have the products on hand so you can sample them to other people, or to buy the products to give them to somebody that's in your downline in case they need to sample the products and they don't have any other products. And she bought the products so she could use the products. So in order to sell the products, you need to use the products. Buy more products so you can have a party, a little, what were they called? Local, I don't know, local, I can't remember what they called, but all these companies have you set up these little parties where people will come and have an opportunity to try and use your products. So you need to have products for that. So just by the time you've bought all these products for yourself, for your downline, for your parties, for your, like, it's insane. You know what I'm saying? I am broken, have robbed Peter to pay Paul. Yeah, man. Most of us have been there. So here, I'm going to just find something real quick. Where is this? Where is this bad boy? Okay. So a most recent video I put out, if you want to see, I'm going to put a link to a video I have here. It is Shanann Watts. It's Facebook posts. I'm going to tell you what the title is. Facebook posts show problematic patterns. So I did a video about the Facebook post from 2013, the one from 2014, it just showed them. Then the ones from 2015, 16, I felt showed problematic patterns. And I discussed some of these things. But with the idea of everything I said, that she did not get to live out her life. And that's a freaking damn shame, and always will be. Oh, yeah. So yeah, guys, it's not, don't argue, guys. You're all awesome. Guess what? My birthday is tomorrow. 2 hours is gonna be my birthday. Let's see here. I'm looking for this. Let's see, let me show you. Okay. All right. I just want to show you a little bit of this video that I have. Yeah. Good. Awesome, guys. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Nancy. Thanks, Molson Man. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I know. This is a really touchy topic. The topic of Shanann and the MLMs, and man, the thank you, Pride or Honesty. The most controversial comments that I've gotten in my channel, I don't get a lot because I try not to be too controversial. I don't want to be that. That is not in line with my mission for the channel, but they are the ones where I talk about MLMs. It's just the case, Yeah, I know you do, Angelique. I know. I got you. You gotta, your heart's in the right place. I know it. Angelique and I have had some back and forth before. I get it. Okay, it's all good. Let's see. So this is just speaking to my affiliation with MLMs. Let's see. Oops, I got my headphones in. So now, those of you that have watched some of my videos, you may have seen video. Where's it say? Look, it's MLM-y. Oh wait, hold it. Okay. Some of the qualities that I feel being part of an MLM can bring into a person's life. I've disclosed before that I've been part of 3 different MLMs having different levels of success. This is for you, Pride or Honesty. By the time I got to the last one, I kind of figured out how to work it. And I did it for a short period of time by choice. predetermined choice, and I made some good money. The other one spent a ton of money and got absolutely nothing out of them except for maybe some bad feelings among my friends and family who I was, talking to all the time about purchasing products, right? And I mean, they were products that I did believe would really help get. So look at, these were actual quotes from people. Cal, I love you, but I will never be into your MLM. Please stop asking. Actual very close friend of mine. For the love of God, never mention this company again. That would be my mom. And then my very best friend, I don't want your crap, Cal, but if you have to sell more to make your quota, fine. Only this one. She's going to buy something from me. I kid you not.
But, when you hear from a friend or see a family member, it's not necessarily what you want to be talking about the whole time, right? Well, I think this is true. I mean, this was true for me when I was part of MLMs. I've seen it in friends of mine, people that I know, people that I worked with in MLM companies. The frequency and the rigor in which you have to post things about your life, things about the product, or things related to the product that will help sell the product on social media accounts, the regularity in which you have to do that really can take away from your everyday life. It's easy to develop this illusion like, oh, I'm working from home, and oh, I'm making money, and not thinking about those moments at home that you're detracting from because you're working the MLM, or not really accounting for every dollar and penny that you're actually putting back into that MLM. Whether you're buying products, so you'll have products to share, do parties with, or give to your downline, or try yourself, or whatever. It's like endless. So the two types of posts that I noticed appeared in the year 2015 just as much. Precious pictures of newborn baby Celeste, or baby Celeste and her big sister Bella, were posts of Shanann trying out some MLMs. In fact, that year in 2015, Shanann was involved in 4 MLMs. I was like, holy, whoa, that's a lot of startup costs,
Me too,
That
Aussie
is,
Jen.
to maintain any kind of level, even if you're one of those people that's like, oh, that's MLM, I'm going to get my product
PCT, prime time.
to be involved in 4
Hey man,
MLMs,
those LuLaRoe leggings are awesome.
I just calculated based on averages, it would cost $2,200 a month just to maintain, to get products for yourself, like a monthly supply of products for yourself, not even for your whole family, just for yourself. So, I'm not exactly sure how long she was involved in each of these MLMs. Through the pictures here, the MLMs were.
This is 1 year.
Which is a company
this is
that
1 year.
sells bags and things to basically carry your life around in. I actually have a few of these bags myself. A friend of mine sells 31, and she actually, I think, is doing pretty well.
I love the bags.
Consultant in the company, and they have cute patterns and really nicely made bags, and so that's 31. Also, Unique, which I also tried. And
see, I've tried all the
MLMs.
MLMs.
Unique, but it made my skin burn. I didn't like it, but apparently a lot of people do like the product. And Shanann also sold products for a company. I'm not sure if it was called Pantry Queen or if that was her division of it, but it sold things to organize your space, whether it be your kitchen closet or your bathroom or your bedroom closet.
Or your insane shoe closet.
2015, and then in 2016, you see pictures of Shanann organizing and redoing all these different spaces. I think that was her natural tendency anyhow, but she was also selling products for this MLM. So for, as far as I could count at least, in the year 2015 and in 2016, things only get bigger and better.
Yeah, so.
In addition to the MLM posts, there were really 2 other categories.
Okay, so if you wanted to know what those categories were, you can watch the video because I don't want to go into You Are My Sunshine. We only see a small portion of their life portrayed in social media. Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm assuming, ma'am. Yes, I see the picture now. SW certainly wasn't perfect, but who is? That's right. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. Let's pin that. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. We only see a small portion of her life. And, honey, I buy everything, but you couldn't pay me to wear those leggings. Oh, kidding me? Next live, I'm going to wear my LuLaRoe leggings. Listen, so this is what happens. I got these LuLaRoe leggings because I'm going to tell you why. When I started, when I decided I was going to change careers and I was going to, go into education, I wanted to be a special education teacher. Before I went back to get another master's degree and invested all that money and time and made another huge change in my life, I wanted to be like, okay, this is what I definitely want to do, right? So I started substituting it, like my son's school district, my local district. I live in a small town. So the principal and the principal secretary, they put some money together. Believe it. And this is a principal, and this principal that I work for. She is awesome chick. She is a brilliant woman. Let me tell you. She and her secretary put in a bunch of money, and they started a LuLaRoe, the ugly leggings one, MLM. So there was this I don't know, LuLaRoe must have been really big in my little town because there were actually girls that, and I say girls because they were very young, that actually had a whole house that they would rent out to the LuLaRoe people to stage their stuff and sell their ugly leggings and whatnot. DCT says. And so let's see. Okay, yeah, DCT Primetime. I think that's who said it. And so anyhow, she announces through Facebook, not through our work email, that they're going to be having a LuLaRoe open house. Everybody come and check out the leggings. Now I had just left one job. I wanted to do a life change, so my budget dramatically increased because I was taking a huge pay cut. At this time, my friends, I was a substitute teacher. This is when I did one of those MLMs. And I always had a thriving yoga business, but where I live, it's only ever going to make so much. So, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a pair of leggings. I'm thinking, well, this woman, I know how she is. She's not going to, ask us to come in to buy her wares if they're really overpriced. I'm thinking $10, $15 pair of leggings, okay, I'm going to go because I want to get the job assignments that I want in special education because that's what I want to be studying. So I'm going to go to the principal's LuLaRoe thing and buy her leggings because I want her to notice me. I want her to be like, that's my girl. That's my girl, Kelly. I'm going to give her the work she wants. I'm going to go buy her leggings. That's what I'm going to do. Principal, boss lady, I'm going to buy your leggings. Hand up, I'm there. So I show up there whenever it was a Saturday morning. And I'm like, okay, well, now I'm here. I have to buy something. I had however many dollars in my pocket or my purse or wherever I was carrying it. And I'm looking through all the leggings, and they were all, I remember so clearly, 40 to $70. And I was like, what? I was ready for a $10 or $15 pair of leggings, but now I'm here and I want the principal to like me. And so now I got to buy these damn leggings. So I still have this pair that I bought there. Every time I put them on, I think about this and I remember the lesson. So I had to buy my $45 pair of leggings because they were the only ones that I liked in the lower price category. But you know what? I'm going to tell you, they are a really nice material. And this is 7 years later, and I still have those things. They're bright yellow with flowers on them. DCT Prime, you would probably think they were so freaking ugly, but I love these leggings. These leggings taught me a lesson. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. I'm tempted to show them to you right now. I don't know. Next time. Oh my gosh. If I get murdered, please look at everything and everyone and please don't write me off so quickly. Yes, Angelica, I think that's a really good point too. I mean, yes. And here's another thing that I said in the videos when I talked about Shanann and in some ways that, weren't super happy, cheery, bright and sunny. I really do believe this. Anything I said or put out there in any of my videos, I checked myself. I gut checked myself before I put it out there, and I only put it out if it was authentic because that's what I want my channel to be. So, so you know, I at the time I put out one video that, I knew was going to get some criticism, I said this, and I thought it again when I put out the next one that was of that nature. There are these two camps, what is it, like the shiners and the truthers. They're on these polar opposite sides of things. And each of them, paint Shanann strictly in one light or another, almost as if she's like a caricature of herself, like a bobblehead of Shanann. Either the, perfect mom, great saleswoman, perfect wife, perfect homekeeper. And damn, she was an amazing homekeeper. Hello. I could never keep my home the way Shanann did. Or, there's the other side that paints Shanann in this really terrible light. But you know what, guys? Like, she was a human being. She was a person that had a complex, robust life, and she had who said it? She was very charismatic. She had all these qualities that were very just like Shanann. She was a unique individual. I can say that. I feel that way about Shanann, at least. So I think to present content that does not paint her in one of these polar, opposite lights as being the bobblehead caricature of herself, but rather as a real person with strengths and weaknesses and flaws and virtues. I I to me, from my heart, that is a tribute to her always. No matter what, the message of the video is, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I hope that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm gonna get back here with chat. I'm gonna skip the leg and stuff because we stomped that one. So I'm gonna go back up to okay. I'm gonna go back up to Tia Maria and True Crime. Chris' conflict resolution skills were to hide under a rock and look like the nice guy. He gives, yeah, yeah, that's right. Or he just, I do believe that, and this is coming from my professional perspective. Obviously, I haven't worked with him, but being a special educator who's educated in applied behavioral analysis and is certified to work with, I work exclusively with autistic students now. I believe he was on the spectrum. This is my perspective from looking at him from afar. And, people with autism can't all be painted with one brush. My gosh. The students that I work with who are all diagnosed with autism are, they're individual people. They are so different from one another. And certain of them have commonalities between other certain students, right? But there's nothing that is the same that runs through each of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, so I don't want to stereotype because my God, that is contrary to like what I do, to my heart. But I definitely I see spectrum um, behavior in Chris Watts. And I think the way this presents in him is combined. Okay, I'm just going to go way out there and I'm going to get so much chrisms for this. But if I were to diagnose him, I would give him a dual diagnosis. Well, on one hand, I think he's on the spectrum, but I think there's also some kind of personality disorder going on there for sure. In my opinion, it's a borderline personality situation. But not in like a histrionic kind of way. I just think he did not have a footprint personality of his own. And, we've heard many other people say that he mimicked others. Desire says, Aussie girl Jen, it's so hard to believe that CW could hurt those girls. I know. Did he fool everyone into believing that he was a great dad? He seemed to really love them. do believe the one true thing that he had in his heart was his love for his children. I do believe he loved those girls. I actually, and then Marissa says, I actually never seen her hit them or call them a curse word, and that's the truth. I think she's talking about Shanann. Yeah. Angelica says, Tia, yes, me too. Can't stand him. At Joan Bradley, if I ever get murdered, bash my phone, and for God's sake, please just burn my house. I would. Joan, you are so funny. I'll make sure all that's taken care of for you, sweetie. Angelica, okay. Um, Desiree says, Angelica, they were acting to portray this wonderful life to promote Thrive. Yeah, totally. I agree 100%. Of course, this is Desiree. I agree with everything you say. I agree 100% that I call Facebook fake book. Yeah. We only want to show our best versions of ourselves. That's right. And that's human, that's normal. Well, that's what we do in these days, right? Next comment. DCT Prime says, very true. It desired. I have a very hard time believing either of them could hurt the babies. Just my opinion. I 100% agree with that. Here we go. The leggings. My leggings are awesome. Leave them alone. Get what you pay for. That's right. My leggings, they're super legit. Let's see. Let me just keep going down. I see Chris killing the kids, but I don't think he did. There's no evidence. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it. I don't know. That's an opinion and I respect it. All right. Marissa, so who did it? CW or NK or I can't wait to hear the answer. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Shanann was a real person. Angelica, yeah. I think that you and I feel like we've kind of hashed this out when you've commented on my channel. I think that we are coming really from the same place, essentially. She's a real person. And, I think to portray her as she was, she had a lot to give people. She still has a lot to give people. She wanted to give to people. She wanted to help people, and she can still do that. So why, people say, oh, you have to stop doing this. You have to stop doing this. What? Stop fulfilling Shanann's desire in life's mission to help others because you said so. I just can't go. I can't. No. Why do they hate a person they don't know? I know. That's crazy. Okay. Ooh. So DCT Prime says, Marissa, there's evidence, PDF, page 1078. They refused it. Riddle me that. Yeah. Okay. So, hey, this is a really good point. I'm going to go there. So of course, I have a video about this, but I'm going to stop saying that because I'm really not trying to plug my other videos. But the things you guys are talking about, I love it. So let's go to 178 of the, oops, it didn't take me where I want to go. So here's the thing. I think this is what you're talking about, DCT Prime. So there was evidence. There was a lot of evidence that was collected. Collected through the very short investigation that was, called off when the district attorney chose to accept Chris Watt's plea deal that, of course, someone in his position is going to make at a really premature point in time relative to the investigation that was ahead of them. So when the district attorney chose to accept that plea deal, obviously I'm being intentional with my language. Tammy Lee says, and I don't have anything against Tammy Lee. I think she's a perfectly fine investigator. She says, oh, Chris Watt stopped the clock when he made the plea deal. No, he didn't stop the clock when he made the plea deal. Of course, someone in his position is going to plea at that point. Of course they are. They always do. If they didn't, we would be calling that, we would be saying that, his attorney said I'm wrong. But stop the clock, let's get clear on this, people, was when DA Rourke, the district attorney who should know better, accepted his plea deal at this very immature stage in the investigation. So here we go. Let's take a look at the evidence that was collected but was not analyzed. Oh, no, wait, on third. Here we go. Redacted final. Okay. It should be noted that on September 4th, 2018, while running through the evidence submission list with the lab tech, several items were listed that CBI Lab ultimately did not wish to take possession of at that time. What does that mean? CBI Lab said, no, we're not gonna take that evidence and test it and analyze it. You got that evidence? Good for you. You go put it in your back pocket, sit on it, put it in a storage bin. I don't care. We don't want it. They chose to not analyze this evidence. Those items are crossed out of the evidence submission list form, which has been added to the case file. The refused items are as follows. These are the items that CBI declined to test, although they were available. Oral swabs from Celeste, control swabs from Celeste, oral swabs from Bella, left palmar swabs from Bella, right palmar swabs from Bella, control swabs from Bella, right palmar swabs from Shanann, left palmar swabs from Shanann, control swabs from Shanann, driver side seat cover from work truck. We had trace lifts. Trace lifts from the center console and trace lifts from the driver's side back seat. And this document here is filled with typos. The items that were not taken by CBI were transported back to the Frederick Police Department and checked into evidence. Nothing further. So let's say this again. Evidence was collected from the driver's side seat cover from the work truck, trace lifts from the center console of the work truck, and trace lifts from the back seat of the work truck, the driver's side. CBI electively refused to test or analyze these items. Analyzing these items would have told us who or what was in the back seat of his truck. It also would have given us DNA samples from the driver's side area, where the driver sits in his work truck. And then we would almost, I dare say, conclusively know if Chris Watts was driving his truck, or if, as some other people like to say, someone else was driving his work truck. Unfreaking believable. I can't even with that. Nothing further. Hashtag nothing further, right? Can you guys believe that? I mean, does this I wanted to see your comment. Does this enrage you guys? This enrages me. To make this question more. Let me see what you guys are saying here. In chat, do you guys think they are looking at this case or not at all? I'll tell you that in a minute. Kelly, can you see Asperger's? My ex-husband is, and I see it. Yes, that's exactly it. Asperger's, Aussie Girl Jen. Yes. So 960 of the redacted final, is that what I was just looking at? Should I go to, well, I'll do that after I want to look through these comments. And Marissa says, and how do Seeking the Truth with Dave have all this inside information? I don't know if they do. I haven't seen any proof that they do. Aussie Girl Jen, current, okay. It makes this question more. CW. Nancy Ann says, Marissa, CW took a plea admitting guilt to all three. Who would confess to killing their babies in such a horrific way if not guilty? I mean, that is like, yeah. Joan says, if I get called into for anything, I want an attorney. Even if you're innocent, the cops have it in their mind. Yeah, right, totally. Angelica says, no, I don't think anyone is looking into this case. Well, I do know that there's one claim that's being made is that the Frederick Police Department is being investigated. Well, an investigation on a law enforcement agency has to have some kind of record attached to it. And people have been looking and nothing's been found. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Pride or honesty. Yeah, he probably has some form of Asperger's. Yeah, but he doesn't seek to lack the ability to understand social cues or communicate properly. But he doesn't seek to lack the ability, seem to lack. I don't know. I think I could debate that one with you, pride or honesty. My girl Nancy. In no way did he take the blame to protect his parents. No, I mean, that's just silliness. Angelica's agreeing with Joan. Not sure about what, but woohoo, there's my girls agreeing with each other. I love it. Marissa says, oh, CW is beyond guilty. He is responsible for what happened, but his confessions don't match the autopsies and nobody died in the house. I don't believe that nobody died in the house. I do not believe that. But I would like to know why you think that, because I know that some people do believe that, and I respect your opinion. I don't know if I believe that though, personally. Nothing, hashtag nothing further. I love you more and more each moment, DCT Prime. Yeah, scene, gotcha. Okay. Nancy would never take, yeah, I mean, seriously. He knows and understands right from wrong. Yeah, so this is all we need to know in the eyes of the law, that Watts knows and understands right from wrong. So Aussie girl Jen saying pride or honesty is a spectrum, very different all people. That's right. That kind of thing can also be taught. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That is exactly what I was trying to say, Aussie girl Jen, earlier when I was talking about autism. And I mean, I don't ever want to paint all people with autism with one broad stroke, because just, my wonderful students, as an example, they're all such amazing individuals, and they are like each other in some ways, because all teenagers are, and they are unlike each other in many ways. But they're awesome. Let's see. Yeah, he's definitely a compulsive liar. That's for damn sure. That's right, Desiree. Children get abused and killed daily. In most cases, it's done by the closest to them. It's sad but true. That's right. Just like, yeah, that's right. Angelica, you're right. I'm missing neglect. Yes, we do have to do better. You know what? And this is one of the underlying messages in this case that is so important to convey. She says, our missing, neglected, and murdered children is an epidemic in our country. We have to do better. We absolutely have to do better. Nancy, I don't believe that Weld County is being investigated. Another county is on the heels of BLM, but not Weld County. False information, again, put out by creators. I agree with that, Nancy, because there's none of the wake trail that would be left if a law enforcement agency was being investigated. So there's nothing to substantiate that claim, and until that evidence or at least indicators exist, I cannot subscribe to it. Marissa, the geotab proves nobody else was in there. Yeah, well, hey, yes, really good point, Marissa. Gosh, there's so many layers to this case. It's like sometimes I forget to slap them on each other. There's no alerts and no evidence. The dog handlers say nobody died in the house. 3 different cadaver dogs swept through the house and not one drop of blood. There might not be one drop of blood. And, Marissa, yes. And you know what? This is in response to the question I asked, and thank you for providing that. And I have considered that. And I'm going to be honest, I go back and forth on this, because I don't think that the evidence obtained from the dogs and the dog handlers, I personally don't put so much stock in it, because when we just see the things that they missed and the way the dogs were handled, it didn't seem. And I've only, I am not an expert in handling dogs, but, there have been people that have put out videos that do talk to people that are experts in that area. And just from everything that I've taken in, my opinion has arrived at this point. I don't know if I trust the dogs or the dog handlers. if he put Shanann in that truck, it would have moved. Yeah, that's a thought too. Yeah. Yeah, so DCT Prime, agreed, Marissa, dogs don't lie. That's right, the dogs don't lie, but the dogs, unfortunately, the dog signals and the dog's communication is translated through those handlers. And that's who I don't have faith in. Ren, the lead prosecutor on this case, was charged with corruption, evidence tampering. That is true. You are my sunshine. The geotab would have indicated the passengers in the truck and if anyone wasn't wearing a seatbelt. That's right. You are my sunshine. Thank you. You keep diving in there and very succinctly stating things. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Desiree, shocking for me, but I'm not sure if Chris drove his own truck to work. No hoses in the back when leaving. They were there coming home. So what do you make of that? Yep, that's right. That's right, Desiree. So what does that mean? Oh, well, Nancy says, no, that's false. No, oh, wait, no, Marissa, that is false. Not just, okay. Oh, was that? So maybe, okay, maybe Nancy is saying that the thing about Ren is false. And I very much, you're right, Nancy. He wasn't charged with anything. He was brought up on suspicion, but there were no charges. That's right. There's so much corruption and charges and accusation flying around in this case. Okay, so I want to go back to my girl Desiree's comment here. So what about the hoses? Okay, I've seen material about the hoses. I don't get it. What's the conclusion that we can make based on the presence or no presence of the hoses? And Debbie says the shepherd didn't even go upstairs. That's right. Yeah, Aussie Girl Jen. Both dogs made a soft. One of the dogs hit under the stairs, Aussie Girl Jen. The other one made a soft hit under the stairs. They are amazing individuals, but they can't lie. I'm not sure. Let's see. So, Marissa, I wasn't sure who you were talking about. We have so many nice little combos going on here. Does anyone want to come up on panel? If you do, please let me know. I'd love to have you up. So, Nancy, pending charges being investigated. Huh. I'm going to have to look into that. Nancy, Hartman conspiracies are only source of him being corrupt. One publication by a disgruntled person. Right. Pride or Honesty says to Aussie Girl Jen, Jane's fake trauma dog hit on the basement, but not the real cadaver dog that came in afterwards. But didn't he give kind of like what we were calling a soft hit, Pride or Honesty? But they just, I thought they sort of like sent him in there and brought him right out. Dogs hit on trauma in the basement, not death. That's right. You are my sunshine. There you go again. You are a source of truth. I love it. Thank you. Marissa, we do not doubt that you are here telling the truth. I don't doubt it. So, Utter Nutter, hello, my friend. How are you? I watched Chris reload the truck this morning. I never seen movement in the shock absorbers at all. Maybe the truck had new shocks. Yeah, I mean, maybe. These are all definitely things. Oh my gosh. Wait, I want to look at something here. Okay, so here, if you do want to come on up, you can come up. I see you want to. Hi, Utter Nutter. How was your Christmas? I was thinking about you. Yeah, I know. Nate does know every. I want to know. I want to be friends with Nate too. Nate, can we be friends? Crime of 3 murders. Oh, Nate's got it all, man. Let's see here. Let's see. Video.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion.
Here, wait. Let me do something here really quick. All right. Oh, wait, here. Joan, you coming up? I put the link up if you want. Or did I put the link up? You want to come up? Let me do something really quick here. Just 1 second, guys. I'm just doing something with the video here. So I can bring it to you in the form of Walt. See if Joan's ready to come up. You there, Joan, waiting to come in? Nope, you're not knocking on the door. Dex did not do his trained final alert. No death in the basement. Okay, all right. Are you coming up, Joan? Oh, no. Joan, you coming up, Joan? There she is.
I'm back.
There you are. Hi.
Hi, how are you? How's everybody?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay. I'm
What's up?
good. I'm good.
Good.
This is fun tonight, like everybody just throwing everything in, whatever they want. Like talking about it, different things that we don't understand or
So do you
clarifying
like
things
that?
out.
Is that a good thing?
Oh, it's a great thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, my friend. Here.
Did you see the video I sent you?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, that was just a totally different one. That wasn't nothing to do with it. That was
Okay.
just a half.
Okay. Wait, I want to look at just give me a second here because I want to look at while we were just talking about it, this footage, this, the famous like driveway footage here. Hold it. Where'd everyone go?
I bet you Nate, he probably knows everything. He's probably watched those videos.
Oh my God. I want to have Nate over for a tea, a cup of coffee, a drink, anything he wants, my man can have.
That's the one. That's the one person I would want. Me too. I just want to see your videos. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Your past year videos, 2018, 2019. I mean, 2017 and 2018. That's all.
We need some Nate in our lives.
I read the book his mom wrote. His mother wrote a book.
Yeah. I read most of it. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I liked it too. I mean, I thought it was.
I liked it too.
It was like, I don't know.
It was nice. It was. I don't know. It was really. I thought it was. It gave me peace of mind, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. I feel you there. Wait, just 1 second, because I'm trying to share something. Here we go. I got it. Okay, so here's this footage. I'm going to drive everyone crazy. Let's watch. Let's watch again. What do you guys think? Let's see.
I wish that tree wasn't there.
No, my God. Hey, little bunny. How are you, sweetie? Hi, sweetie. I don't know. Slow it down. No, I don't think it's a knife-like object. I couldn't find it when I was just looking for it. I actually had been put this video like footage. I think some of you guys saw a little bit of it, and I did some. I felt like I could see it clear. I'm not claiming that I did anything spectacular with it, but I felt like for the purposes of my viewing it, it allowed me to see things clear. I was pretty happy with it, but I can't find the freaking file now. What are you doing, animal? Sorry. So I don't know. So wait, I'm coming back to you guys.
I thought that was pretty clear. That's the red car, right?
Yeah, that red car you can see really good there. Let's see. I would stress Shanann and the girls, the dog would react. So, Shadow Man, Channel 11, trauma. I don't know. Sandy, there was 100 hair in the truck. There was not. In Discovery, he says he smothered them via blanket, yet no fibers were found. Oh, wait, somebody said something about Discovery, page 960. I want to see what that was really quick. Oh, wait, I think that's where I was. Yeah, I think that's what we were looking at, correct? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's right. That was the refused evidence list. Man, I just can't believe that. Refused evidence. I can't believe those things were refused. That just blows my mind. But I'm jumping all over the place now. So yeah. So let's see what my chat's saying here. Does there a hearing that really bad scenarios come to mind? Being chased, I'm like, oh no. What do you who I want to see who whoops. I want to see who you're saying that to. So Marissa says, Sandy said there was 100 hairs in the truck, but there was not. It's not in Discovery. He says he smothered the blanket, yet there's no fiber. Smothered them via blanket, yet there's no fibers found. Well, okay, perhaps, Marissa, but let's go back to the let's go back to this. Okay. All this evidence that was collected and that they then refused to analyze. So, okay, so they collected all this evidence, and yet they didn't analyze it. So huge, major, material, fatal error, right? It just is. It's not even in my opinion. I'm not even going to slip an IMO there. It just is. So, what else exists that wasn't analyzed that we don't know about? Did some of it just not make it into Discovery? I think definitely.
I don't think it's right that they can just take things out of the Discovery that they want. I mean, what's the point of that? If they could just say, oh, we're not going to put this in. We're not going to put this in. Like,
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, no, okay. So, what happened was, let's just remember that they say that, wait a minute, hold it. Let's think this through. Hold it. Let's think this through. Wait a minute. I'm having okay. All right. Follow me for a second here. I was just going to say that they didn't analyze the evidence because, as Tammy Lee says, Chris Watts stopped the clock with his plea deal. As I say, DA Rourke stopped the clock when he accepted the plea deal. But hey, wait a minute. And I always accepted that to be true. But guys, this refused evidence notice here is dated September 4th, 2018. When did Chris make the plea deal? It was not prior to this. So that's bullshit. I'm just realizing this for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, the whole Discovery to me to like to lie. I don't even know what to believe. If they just rigged it together. It's terrible to say that, but a lot of it's like the person's point of view and things like that.
But wait, hold it. Wait, just one sec. So wait, DCT Prime says, just 1 second, Joan. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
So she says, just search the word trace in Discovery. It's sickening. I'll do that. I bet it is. So Desired says, dog trace Shanann sent back to the house, sent to the back of house near Battery, then lost it. like Shanann was chased outside the house.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's right.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
They never even bothered with the back of the house. I would have thought that would have been the first place they would have been all over. To me, that's where I would have started. Thought. Like, they didn't even really pay attention to the back of the house at all. It's kind of crazy.
that's right.
And
Yeah.
that's surprising that Nate didn't have a camera back there. He had a camera there, but he didn't have one back there. Nobody.
You know our buddy Nate, and he's that kind of guy.
Yeah, like I would have. They get it together. You should have together.
Nate, come over for coffee, a drink. I don't know, whatever you want.
Give us the camera.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like, I wonder, did they really go through the camera at all? And the Alexa and all that? Did they have it? Did they, like, if somebody wanted dying to go through that? See, if all this buzz was going on about this case, and I was there, I would have to go. I don't know how people don't look at it. Don't look at it again. Like, give it a little look.
I know.
So they must, it's like off limits, or they're not allowed to.
I don't know.
I wonder, there's got to be somebody with a conscience that knows that this was messed up. I guess they can't, if you can't overstep power, people in power, you'll get squashed, I guess.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy. Wait, just one second. Pride or Honesty, Desiree said that trauma scent dogs are meant to smell human air chemicals out in the wilderness. That's right. It doesn't work in a home where people are stressed all the time. Yeah, that's a really good point. The issue with dogs, I personally, at one point I was really focused, I guess, just in my own looking at the content I was putting in, focused on the dogs. And I got so kind of frustrated and then pissed at the kind of dogs I had. Like the dogs called Pride or Honesty out. And there was just such a mismatch in every single way. If they got the right dogs in there, if they got the right dogs that were for the right thing, and this seat where it was, they really could have gotten somewhere. Dogs are always like spot on, but it was human error that messed everything up time and time and time again.
I know, but plus they were talking through it. They were walking the dogs and talking, and they were, you know what I mean, like looking at the house. And she didn't even go upstairs. Like, all right, there was like an attic up there in the dryer and washer room, and they just pushed on it and just assumed no one's up there. Somebody could have been sitting up right up there the whole time.
Right.
And they just were like, oh, we're not going, nobody out there. Like, it's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
But like, open it. I guess because there's dust and there was no dust, and she's like, oh, this house is too immaculate. I was just looking at the house like, oh my God, I'd love to be able to be that immaculate.
No, right?
Well, I talked to her when she was doing her closet. She was doing Shanann. I talked to her in 2015 through that. She used to redo closets.
Yeah.
Reorganize. She would teach you how to reorganize your closets and make space and all. And I had talked to her, like, not like face to face or nothing, but she was going to help me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would have to clean before you help me and everything. And that's how I really first saw her. And then when that happened, that's why my sister's like, oh, that's why you're so obsessed with the case. I'm like, well, I didn't say I was obsessed with the case, but I guess I just can't help it. My family's always like, what? Not Watts again. I'm like, oh, geez. Yes, Watts.
Yeah. No.
Something's wrong. I don't know what it is.
So I want to go back to this really quick. So thank you very much, DTC Prime. I have so many like dates in my head. I'm getting a little tired. They're all starting to like jumble together. So she sent me straight. So DCT Prime, Desiree backed it up saying, yeah, election day. So she says he pled guilty November 6th, right? Sounds right to me. So the question, I had was, and guys, like, hold it, like, listen to this seriously. So, okay, there was a video that I love Dr. B. Dr. B, I think, is the bomb. What's her channel's name? Is she True Psych Ward?
True Psych Ward, yes.
I think she's amazing. Love her. She has a video on her channel. AD recently had it like in a video he did, but I've gone back to this video time and time again. I watched it shortly after she put it out. I thought it was so important. And she and some other people go to Frederick, Colorado, and they talked to Amanda Purcell, who
I saw that. Yeah, Vanessa from Roomate.
Mhm.
She went too.
Mhm. So Amanda Purcell is the keeper of all things physical evidence. So apparently they went there and they paid a certain amount of money for, and they were promised to get the phone records. But when they got there, Amanda Purcell gave them the bad news that they were going to be charged not as much, but they weren't going to get the phone records. And they really got crap, unfortunately. I feel so bad for them. I mean, they went all the way there. But, what she was saying, this is one place by one person who has standing say in this investigation, that when as they say, as Chris Watts pled guilty, or as I say, when Rourke accepted his plea, the funding ran out, and so the investigation stopped. Therefore, for that reason, some of the evidence wasn't analyzed. But this is so obvious that you understand it. But I'm going to keep thinking about this, because he didn't see it November 6th.
Yeah.
You're hurting my ears. A lot of background noise.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I have headphones on. That's why. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sorry. Yes, when you want to talk on mute. So he didn't plea until November 6th. But this refused evidence list is from freaking September 4th. That's 2 months prior. So that excuse that I was like kind of accepting, I guess, or not thinking about, and that, law enforcement and their representatives are putting out there is absolute BS, right? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, okay. What do you guys think about that? Somebody throw me a bone, because I'm like, what? So Angelica says, who and what to believe? I don't know anymore. Yeah, I'm not an emotional person. I like facts and evidence. I'm with you. Yeah. Nancy says, I mean, the footage has been shown 11 billion times over on YouTube. I love that you made up your own number, Nancy. You get to do that. They can show the enhanced versions. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that there exists a enhanced version that shows NK so sharply. They can't show it because it shows her so well. That's my friend Alex, who is the attorney that I'd been consulting and don't talk about as much now by his request, because he thinks that I got involved with some kookadooks on YouTube. None of you guys, and he was right about that, actually. But I was actually with him when we were watching, or I watched that with him. I showed it to him, and he just became irate when he heard that. He was like, "That is absolutely not true," and gave me a million reasons why. I will believe it when I see it. But anyway, whatever. DCT is, she chased her. I hope SW got a few kicks, and oh my god. Oh, I like this message. Angelica, Ozzy, trust yourself in the evidence. Yes, you go, girl. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You guys are all smart cookies, man. All of you guys, when you, um, comment, on videos, or I see you in chats, I really respect the opinion of all of you guys here. I really do. I'm like just so honored to have you all here together.
So you know what the thing is about with the cases? I find it hard to believe that so many people were involved, and like I don't understand that. Like when nobody's speaking, that's why I have a hard time. It's possible, of course, but
No.
don't you think somebody would speak?
Yes, I do think somebody would speak. If 10 or more people were involved, somebody would speak. There's too much at stake. Somebody would speak.
Somebody would tell somebody, their friend or
There are not a
something.
bunch of Teflon Dons involved. Let's say it like that. So here's the takeaway. There are not 10 people involved. There's just not. It's just not true. Simply not true. Yes. Oh, here's another. See, yes, right. We know this, Joan. Angelica says, Ozzy, trust your logic and common sense. Look at everyone and everything. That is wonderful. Amazing advice, Angelica. Again, the evidence was refused. Yeah. I'm not sure, why you brought that up again, but I think you cannot bring that up enough times, DCT Prime. The evidence was refused. The evidence was refused. I am just wrapping my head around this timeline. 2 months before the plea deal was made. This makes me look at everything in a whole different light because I've heard, from, various people, oh, the evidence was not analyzed because there was no funding because Chris Watts stopped the clock. That was 2 months after this document was generated. I like this. Is cute. I don't do emotions when it comes to true crime. It's useless to be emotional because you don't see the facts. Yeah, I like that. And then Nancy Ann says, right on, Joan, to something. I'm not sure but yeah. Ah, girl, Joan. Nancy Ann gives you a right on, Joan.
Oh, thank you.
But okay, so Joan, I'm going to ask you to move away from that. Corrupt is what I believe. Yeah, totally. So Joan, you've got to move away from that theory of that way out theory of whomever. Okay, so come back to Watts the Obsession Land right here, my girl. So what do you think about this? The fact that the document that we're looking at right now, and from the discovery, is saying that CBI refused to analyze these evidence items that include trace lifts from the truck, the center console, the back seat, and the driver's side, 2 months before Chris Watts' plea deal. 2 months before they refused this evidence.
That's like the stupidest thing ever. That was the main, where everything they said happened when the kids were there. Shanann was there. Why wouldn't they do that? Makes no sense. Did they forget?
Well,
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I said this in a couple of my videos, I think. The one thing when Tammy Lee was, when they were interviewing/interrogating Chris Watts after the polygraph and all that, and she was trying to get him to speak, and she kept saying to him, listen, Chris, one thing we know is these girls, your wife and these girls, did not leave the house by any.
But they didn't look at back. That's what kills me.
Listen, other than in your truck, the one thing that we know, Chris, is that they were in your truck. I don't know how many times Tammy Lee said they were in your truck. We know they were in your truck. Yet CBI, the very same agency that this agent is employed from, refuses to analyze the evidence from that truck that she was so certain. There's only one thing that she was certain of, and that is that they were in that truck.
I know, you would think that would have been the first thing they would have done.
Right.
I don't even understand. I thought they asked them, like, what? Why did you watch this whole case? Yeah. And you know what I wish she wouldn't have done? I wish, she wouldn't have, in other words, why didn't you just let him? He would have confessed probably eventually. Why didn't you just let him come up with his own narrative? Because now it's like all these. You should have just. Why did you start that? I get it. She had to feed him something, but they didn't even let him have a minute before they. You know what I mean? They just were I don't know. I just feel like they should have just let him start talk a little bit. I know. I guess they had to get him moving, but I think they didn't give him enough time. He really didn't sit there that long to talk. I think they could have done a different approach.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm wrong or right because they know they're the FBI. What the heck do I know? But then, she should have known that, I don't know, they was going to start. Nobody was going to forget that and think that was that's the story. Because I get it that she told him the narrative. We all do. Most people, normal people know that she gave him that narrative, but people ran with that. Yeah. And they still believe that to this day. And it's she told him to say that.
Yeah.
But they went back up there for a reason. Those detectives, when they went to Wisconsin, they went there for a reason. I don't know if I always thought the reason was to get him to say NK did it, but I don't even know because I feel like they were well, she told us she didn't. I don't know what that was about. Well, do you want us to tell Nikki anything? What? Do you love her? I think she loves you too. I just don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, I know.
That was weird, right?
and the way that they question, I mean, I've probably, like most of you, have listened to that so many times. It's like every time when he'll give an answer, and Coder and Tammy Lee, these really seasoned, well trained, experienced investigators, will like cut him off. Or he'll start to talk about something and they will abruptly change the topic. Like, please let the man speak.
Right, you went there for a reason, so let him go. Because they ruined it. They're never going to be able to go back. Because, like, I don't know, they might be able to if they played it right, but they had it right there. If they would have just let him speak and finish the sentences that he was going with, they would just, like, finish it for him. I don't know what the hell that was about.
Yeah.
And then I mean, I guess, they went there for a reason, but they acted like they cut him off like they were friends. That's why it made me feel like it was like, I know they're trying to get him to feel comfortable, but I think they already were there comfortable.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's
So
just,
what do you think they were trying to get out of that? Him to
I
confess?
really don't know.
Or just to get Shanann off the hook, I guess? Or I don't know. Like,
Well, I do think, I mean, I think that, Tammy Lee has said a big objective of hers has always been to clear Shanann's name, that she felt this connection to her and she wanted to clear Shanann's name. And I think that's certainly an honorable person. But being the investigators that were tasked with, ensuring that complete justice was served for that victim and her babies,
well, did she take it too far, or like too personal, that she gave the narrative and she felt guilty and wanted to clear it up?
yeah.
But she should have, was she too involved, like too personal? Did it feel personal to her? Maybe she should have bailed out.
Right. Well, and then also, so who else was there with her? So there was Coder, who has been completely professional. Nobody's
That's
heard.
what I wanted to know. I wanted to know your opinion on why, after we talk, why do you think the one investigator got off?
Well, but wait. Then also Dave Baumhover, who at that point had been suffering from PTSD. He was also, and
Messed up, yeah.
And why? And man, wasn't he the person who stayed overnight at CErvi 319 because he didn't want those babies?
Yeah, I didn't find that out till recently.
Come on, what an amazing person! But maybe he shouldn't have been the person continuing to question at that point.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's crazy. I could see. And then why did that? And that's what I went to. Why did the one investigator stay, like, get off the case? Was it because of NK, calling them at home at 2 a.m. and stuff like that? Is that why? I remember in the beginning, she was dealing with was it Baumhover, and then Agent, the other one took over.
Oh yeah, she was dealing with
Coder.
Back, and then Baumhover took over.
Right. There's no reason why. Like, I wanted to know what that is about. They just didn't say.
I mean, I my personal opinion is that either was what they said, that he had to move on, or I think that either Kobach himself or somebody else that was listening was perceiving that there was a little bit of this like flirtatious play between Kobach and said, this is not going anywhere. This is not going where we want to. You need to like keep it all business. That's just my
no, that's what I felt too. I felt like, or maybe he himself thought,
yeah.
This is too much. I can't handle her.
Yeah.
Well, when you're like, hey, when you're telling the detective, I thought we're a effing team. I mean, whoa, wait a minute. I don't care. Even if what the heck? That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's see. Pride or Honesty says, I think the Wisconsin interview only took place because the public was asking why there was no info or details. And I think CW.
That was good.
Yeah, recited rumors from the internet is his confession. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate to me, Pride or Honesty.
I know. They're smart. Everybody's so smart. They should have us investigate.
Yeah.
We would have had this out 3 years ago. I don't know about different narratives.
Yeah.
Because different stories. I've been up late nights with this case. I'm like, I gotta get a life. I gotta stop this. The heck am I doing? But you get so like involved when you go down these rabbit holes. But there just can't be all these. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so then I try to roll it out like that.
Right.
But I'm not going to be the one to solve the case. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Right.
But somebody else will.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if they're ever going to. I wonder if they're looking at it. Like, I thought they were being investigated by Internal Affairs. That's like right now. That's what I was thinking that was going on. Is that what everybody else is thinking too? That it was being investigated?
I don't think that. I personally do not think that they're being investigated. Here, let's see. Do a quick little Google search here. let's see. Okay, a criminal investigation for um just 1 second here. Yeah, I was looking up the guidelines and whatnot for doing a review of a law enforcement agency, and some of them are state specific. So I really need to hone in on the Colorado laws, but I will be, reporting out on that. Let's see. Um, um, let's see.
You know what's going to have to happen? This is it. Somebody new is going to have to come into Colorado and say, hear about all the buzz, enough noise made, and say, let me take a look at this case, like fresh eyes
Yeah.
or something. I think that's the only way, because those ones that are already there don't feel bad, obviously, so they're not going to be like, let's open it unless they're made to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would really definitely be a good thing. But so I'm looking at, let's see, hold it. Just 1 second. So Pride or Honesty says it was a news story that they're being investigated, but it has nothing to do with the case. Yeah, it doesn't have. I don't think it has anything to do with the case either. And so in virtually all states, and I'm really trying to hone in on the Colorado law, and I will probably have this information by tomorrow, and my next live I will report out on it to you guys. But any kind of investigation of a law enforcement agency, it has to be public knowledge, not after the fact, but during process and procedure. So while it's going on. So the fact that, and there's certain paths that you go down to find out that an investigation is happening. And I've gone down some of those paths and I've rendered nothing. I don't believe that that's going on as it pertains to this case, at least. It's just my opinion. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up here on our little chat. He is sick to make up. Oops. My ADHD life. He is sick to make up the story of how he killed. Oh God, I know that literally makes my stomach turn.
I know, but not once, twice. He did it worse and worse. At 3, as he goes along, it gets worse. He has to know that people, like, I would never want people to know that. I'd be humiliated, but he seems to want to tell it worse. Like, who tells people I did it twice? I woke them up. If something's not true, I mean, that's a little sick. Nobody was threatening him to do that. That's what this stuff, like, gets me, like, why? Why would you do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do you think he did that? Do you ever thought?
I don't know. I think that Watts enjoys. I think that he sees this as a bit of a game. I think that he enjoys the attention and being the spotlighted. I think in his own mind, although he downplays it, he feels like a bit of a celebrity. Because I do think that although he was very, humble and understated in appearance, he always in his own mind had a grandiose view of himself and his ability. I believe that about him. So I think that he simply enjoys it.
Like his first time, he feels like a star, a sick way about it. Yeah. Then that goes back to the whole, like, he had to look up how to feel. And so that makes me think, I saw him with his girls, but was he just pretending? Like, did he even know how to love? Like, because how do you even if he wasn't involved? Because he couldn't have. Let's say he didn't do it. He still knew and could have stopped it at some point. And that's where I just like, well.
Definitely definitely, I mean, he's definitely guilty. But so I don't know exactly what's going on chat here. It says, there's a lot that I don't understand, but the family is not part of that. I cannot believe that. It's your opinion. That's fine. But say it's your opinion, not fact. Yeah, I do not believe the family is any way, shape, or
No,
form.
I don't believe the family's involved. I saw the pain in their eyes. I feel it. Like I'm a mom, and I can't imagine. No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
They love their whole family got wiped out, for God's sake. Nobody knows how they would act. I wouldn't even be able to speak. Maybe that's their way of just, they wanted to have mom, she does a cooking channel. Maybe that's what she wanted to, like, be productive, and then all of a sudden she's on YouTube. Look, and then stuff pops up, and stuff pops up for me. And she probably just wants a normal life. You can't tell her not to go on YouTube. That's not fair.
Right, that's not fair. I mean, guys, listen, I said this in the last live, like, my God, I can't even imagine a trauma of this magnitude happening to me personally. And if it did, I might go completely effing batshit crazy. And I don't know. Seriously. So, I mean, no, whatever the family is doing, whatever they feel, I mean, I think at this point, it's probably like a compulsion or a little bit of like an obsession, or maybe they feel like they have to do it to stand up for their deceased loved ones. I don't know, but for whatever,
That's what I think. I think Frankie's just taking on the whole world.
it's not for me. I feel as though it is not for me to judge, and I believe there's no way to take her involved.
I think that Frankie actually thinks, like, my sister died. I'm not, anything happened to my mom and dad, and I think he's not, sometimes I don't think he thinks and uses his head, but he's lashing out at everybody. But I probably would, he feels like he's not doing it right, but who knows how to do it right? Like when your family's been wiped out because was by somebody you really love, that I don't even think I'd be around. I would just be done.
Right.
I can't even think about it because I start to shake and I can't even think. I wouldn't even know.
I know.
I'd be probably walking around in circles, but I just would be nuts. My kids go to college and I'm a nut. My kids go away to college and I cry and oh please. I have to if you don't text back, I start to panic.
I know. So Angelica cleared something up here. She said, Saturday, I don't mean to upset you. She have so many questions. By no means I feel that Shanann's family is involved in this horrific murders. Yeah, I don't, when I said this before, when I went into, Seeking the Truth chat like a few days ago in the morning, and I did not realize, I don't watch a channel that much anymore. I didn't realize that, this hadn't been overtly put out there. I think that, they've been like hinting around at it, implying that freaking poor Sandy, mama, grandma, Sandy Rusick was involved. And so I said something about that in chat because they were really getting down on the Rusicks, and I really do not like that. And I said, well, of course, if, she, you're implicating her in the murders of her grandbabies and her daughter, of course, she's not going to like look favorably on you. And I never said that. I never said that. And he, when I did talk with him, he said it personally to me several times. At this time, it was, and also Dirty South Wheels was involved. And, since, we've dropped that. And, I never, and I asked, and I never, received any real, like, legitimate answer as to why you would think that was the case. But this
I
has
think
been
it's
on for months. This has been something like that's been toyed around with for months.
right. Like I had a different narrative, and now I don't know what the narrative was that now it's trying to get at. But like, if you personally have their faces on your videos, your thumbnails, what do you think it is? Of course, it's an attack, and we know that you made that beautiful video, but really, we know why you did it. Like people are like, he's like mad about it, but you did it. You're trying to get, like, you're making it like that. So I don't think anybody's saying anything. We're just like, you're doing it yourself. And that's what, like, and then that's where you try to wrap it around. Like, if he's throwing out theories, like, did he hear at some channel, like, is he listening to something? Well, tell us, what is wrong? What do you feel like that for?
Yeah, I know. I was just surprised that Red X went along with that. But Angelica says here, she says, I don't believe that they are, but everyone here thinks that more people are involved. My question is, she says, does the family know? If yes, why don't they want the case reopened? So and I've heard people ask that question. That's a legitimate question, Angelique. And obviously I don't know the answer to that question, but My sense of it is, it's probably just too painful. My God, it's like opening up their bleeding hearts for the world to pour salt on. I just think that might be why. I don't know. I could be wrong, but man.
I thought, see, I always just thought that maybe they just don't have it, like the oomph to do it. Like they just don't know. They trusted law enforcement. They think he's responsible. They just want to kind of. They don't. I don't think they have it in them to do it. I don't think they have. I think they're a little off in the mind.
Yeah.
Because it's affecting all three of them, and they only have each other, and that's it. And like I think she was their guide. Actually, I think Shanann was the glue that kept together, and I think like they just want to keep what they have. I just think they don't feel like going through. I don't know. I don't think they have the strength to do it, or maybe the mind and the strength, and they're just not directed right now because they're all affected because it's his daughter and a sister, and Frankie. He's like the trying to keep them together, and I don't think he's very. I think he's doing the best he possibly can, but let's face it,
Limited in
he
his
doesn't know what to do because who would like it's these young kids, young boys.
right. And he's a little like weak to begin. This isn't
Yeah,
criticizing him, but his constitution is not one of strength and solidity.
that's it. It's not nice. It's not an insult, but it's a hard role to take on if God, who would want that? Yeah, he lost people too. I'm sure there's guilt. I'm sure there's everything there
Yeah.
because I couldn't imagine either. I just think that could be it. And because I really do think back, like, well, why wouldn't they want her? But maybe they just feel like he's responsible. He should have protected them, and they trusted them. And I just feel like maybe they just. And as far as like the money, I was thinking that maybe because I think people when they don't know what to do, they want to donate money, and I think people that's their way of helping. And I think maybe that people just keep asking them. I don't really know about it, like all that stuff, but I don't know. Maybe they're pissed off at the world, and they just feel like I
Yeah.
don't know. They're probably going through. That's the only explanation I could give. I don't know. Like I hope I wouldn't think that they'd be like that trying to like make out off their own baby. Because I have a daughter, and God forbid, I don't think real parents want to do stuff like that.
No, I don't think so. It's definitely not normal. Here, wait, let me just respond to a couple things here. So let's see. So first of all, Angelique, yes, I feel something I feel is really important on this channel is I've said this before and it's just true. I will rarely ever remove sometimes I remove comments accidentally. When I'm on my phone, it's like reply remove and my thumbs are big and I don't know, whatever. But I will rarely ever intentionally remove a comment on my channel because I generally feel like if people, are stopping by or they're watching or whatever and they take the time to comment, like I respect that. I put this channel out here as, a forum and a venue for people to commune and to participate and to speak their mind. And just because I don't like what they say or I do not agree what they say, I might have a reaction to it. I might be like, what in my own mind because I'm a human being. But I will rarely ever, remove comments, even comments that have, certainly disagree with me and a whole lot more. My general rule is if something is like vile or really hateful towards another person, I will definitely go down. If it's kind of nasty to me, but it doesn't reach quite the standard of hateful or vile, I usually leave it up. My point is, I want people to always feel like they can speak their minds. I just want people to be respectful of one another and to be respectful of the victims' families. And I feel like it's an honor when I hear someone say that. So I hope you always feel like you can speak your mind here. Yeah. So Nance, you said I noticed that he absolutely did say it. He is still implying it. Does he think people are stupid? Yeah, I know, right? But I was wondering what provoked you to make that comment, Nance. Just curious. And then Angelica says, "Thank God." Oh yeah. I love that you're outspoken, and I just, Angelica is, she's definitely. I've said this before. I've just noticed in comments some things. Your comments will catch my eye sometimes, but then, we sort of. I think we've had some back and forth, but I always like know that your intention, Angelica, is to you're a justice seeker and I completely respect that. It doesn't always have to agree with my way of seeking justice, but I really respect that. Yeah. And Aussie Jen, our girl, she respects people's choice to speak up. Yes, that's right. let's see. It's Victoria the last 2 years. Oops. I am in. Oh, you're in. Oh, wait. Oh, Angelica. So you're in Victoria, Canada. Is that right? Because I did just one video on the Lindsay Buzek case, who's from Victoria, and I have several other in the works. I have to get those out. I am very passionate about that case. You know of the case, Angelica, Lindsay Buziak?
Is that the real estate girl? The girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading. I was trying to get into that. It was like felt so bad for her father.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for her husband, the boyfriend, and all.
Yeah.
What do you think? That case is just like, wow. I hate when cases are so unsolved.
Yeah, that case was back in 2008, man. That's like 13 years ago. And her dad, I admire that man times a million. He is.
I do too. I think people like that are heroes to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it. I'd probably lay in the bed and wouldn't get up and, be able to do anything because I'd be done.
Yeah.
And I feel like people that do are heroes.
Yeah.
In my book.
And I mean, Angelica here, she does make a good point. She says, Kelly, I just don't believe that Sandy would let criminals get away. She is a strong lady. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I know. I don't either.
I think even when, I don't know. And when I hear.
I hope not.
When I hear, something like that, I just think, yeah, I agree with that. But then it's like, I don't know what it feels like to have your daughter and your grandchild taken away.
And I don't want to know.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
And it does depend, like how corrupt it was, like how far is it? Like, could she reach? I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe I really don't know the answer to that because I wonder some things. I wonder, but then I look, I'm like, I don't know what I would do. I would want somebody to do it, but I don't know if I would be doing it. And that's terrible to say.
Yeah.
I'd be screaming and cursing, and ain't getting nothing done. You have to be smart too and have your head on. And I don't know. Maybe she just doesn't yet.
Yeah. I don't know. Angelica, I'm sorry, I just spelled your name wrong, but she said, no, I want to know who owns a red car. That's a good question.
I know. That's what I wanted to tell you about the red car. That was in that thing I was reading. The red car and the gray car belong to them.
Oh, wait, now what was this? What you said you sent like a video to me. What was the video? Or should I just go check my email? Let me go to that. Let me check. Let's see. My ADHD life. We don't. Oops. And then my other. Hold it. Let's see. Where's my ADHD life? I'm glad you're here. My ADHD life. I really like your comment. We don't know what Ellie told them about the case against NK. That's right. Maybe they didn't have enough evidence. That's right. Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like I don't know. Maybe she just thinks like, oh, we got the right. I don't know. I don't really even know what to think.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't walk in their shoes, and so I have no idea, and I don't want to.
I know.
Because I wouldn't have class. I'd be on there cursing everybody because I get crazy. I'd be like, everybody's involved. I hate you all. Die.
Well, I mean it is the bottom line. I don't know. I have thoughts. I have convictions. I have suspicions, but I keep coming back to this. Yeah.
I hope because of my life, I can't imagine a world where that is true, where they would know. That would be just break my whole humanity. Because as a parent, I can't believe anybody would be that. And I just can't. I can't believe I could never go that way. To think that they knew and friends knew and all. I feel like, God, I wish I had a friend that was so good. Because I don't think my friends would have ever picked up that fast on me.
Yeah. I hear ya.
And I mean, if she didn't go there. We don't know. I don't think I could have been there either. Who knows why she didn't go right there. I don't know, why she didn't go to Colorado right away. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know. I think that it seems to me like there's some things that just maybe there's like a decent amount of things involved with finances.
It could be, or it could be that maybe she just was like in shock. We don't know. I don't know if she flew. I thought maybe they drove to Colorado all the time, and maybe by the time they got there, I don't know. But I'm not them. I can't make excuses.
Yeah.
I don't know the reasons. Maybe she felt like NA was her there. That's why she was on the phone. directing her, and she was just trying to cause and effect, like think things through
Wait a minute.
aloud. Like when she had Nicole Atkinson on the phone, my mom, Sandy,
Oh, yeah.
and she was going through the house. Maybe she just felt like,
Oh, I think she just wanted to be connected. I think she was just
connected.
People didn't know where my son was. Yeah, I wouldn't want to let that person off the phone either.
Well, so that's what I mean. That's what I was thinking. Maybe she right there. Maybe she was in shock, thinking she'll come home. You know, this can't really be happening. This is like what?
Yeah. Okay, well, I want to check these comments here. So, Betty has 2 great cars, not red. If you look on Facebook, Betty's garage door. Okay. Let's see. I gotta go back up. Oh, you're in Australia. Okay, Angelica. Thank you. Yeah. So to that comment I just had up from my ADHD life, then let's see, I gotta make my screen bigger here. DTC Primetime said, agree, they probably didn't have enough evidence. Maybe they didn't try very hard either. Maybe it would not benefit them to have a trial. I guess, in that, so let's think about that with, having a trial or not. I think that, I believe, this is just my belief, just from the knowledge of trials and law and what I've heard from other people, is if they felt like, they really had a good case against him, it would have seemed, I think they probably would have wanted to go to trial and have everything proved beyond a reasonable doubt by a jury.
But they didn't even check the prints. They could have had her fingerprints there.
Right. Well, exactly. So I think, yeah. So I was gonna. Well, okay. So I was gonna say. So I think they must have felt that they didn't have enough evidence to have a sure conviction or even a probable conviction, maybe. But yeah. You bring up the point that they did have all this evidence that wasn't even analyzed. So how would they know? So there's something else. There is an X factor. There is an X factor that weighs into this that we do not know. It just has to be. Yes, and Desiree says, I wish there was a trial. Yes, we would have more answers. Yes. That's what we all want. Yes, we certainly.
And maybe they have all that evidence because maybe they think there'll be a feature. I don't know. Maybe they're just waiting for somebody to push it.
I don't
Do you know what I mean? There must be a reason why they have it, or do they have it? They could destroy it for all we know. I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
Like all that evidence they have that they didn't test, can they throw that out?
No. I mean, they legally are mandated to hold on to that, and apparently, this is something that Dr. B found out when she and Vanessa and whoever else went to Frederick. That yeah, I don't want to play on my channel because I don't have a permission to, but I'm going to find the link for you, and I definitely suggest that you all watch it. It's a great video. I stand by everything that Dr. B does. I just think she's terrific. And they Amanda Purcell, who's in this discovery a bazillion times, says that it's in the DA's storage possession. Oops. So yeah, so the DA's office is in charge of storing all of that evidence that was never analyzed. Apparently.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
If there's never a fire or nothing, geez.
On the following video.
Oops, sorry.
Oh wow.
I know.
It's awful.
I want to give you guys a link to that video. I'm gonna have to get going soon. It is really
okay. Yeah, me too.
Free.
I have a flood upstairs in my bathroom. My son just came in and told me. I was like, oh, okay, so I have to go. Like the toilet upstairs overflowed. It's leaking through the ceiling. So, well, I'm sorry, Kelly.
This is
it was so nice. Thank you for having me on. And everybody, have a great night. Be safe.
Thank you so much, thank you so much, Joan. I appreciate that.
I really enjoyed it tonight, and I enjoyed all the chat, the whole chat. Everybody.
Awesome. Thank you.
Love you. All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, sweetheart. So listen, this is I'm going to give you the link to Dr. B, True Psych Ward. She's amazing. I think everything she does is amazing. To her video here, and whoops. Yeah. So.
And one of the things that she did tell us is that the phone records cannot be released because it contains information about friends and family that is not relevant to the case. So when we asked Amanda that we already know all the facts. They would not release the rest of the records, including the phone records as well as the video of NK's interview. So
anyway, that was just a little bit of Dr. B talking, but that is the link to that video. It's amazing. I think it's amazing. It's just, I don't know what all that crap was, but it just says what we learned about the Chris Watts case in Colorado. Very nice and plain and simple. And yeah, it was a good discussion tonight. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So, yeah, let me just see if there's anything else I have to address here. But yeah, I'm really hungry, guys. And it's going to be, my birthday in 2 minutes. Yay! Turning 43. I feel so old. But I have an eye appointment in the morning. I have to get new contacts. I'm down to my last 2 dirty contacts. And, yeah. Oops. It was a very good discussion tonight, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for participating and for, contributing everything that you did. I really appreciate you guys just had so much to offer. It's pretty terrific. So does anyone else have any questions or any final things to say here? Let's see. So Ellie wants information. The worst thing for them to lawyer up, then it's over. If I was interrogating NK, I would let her father, brother, etc. be in the room, not just her lawyer. Yeah, because they're going to keep her talking, right? Seriously. So then Marissa says, Angelica, do you think Seeking the Truth has real evidence? Even though he has some really good points, he seems to be obsessed with NK, making sexual jokes about her. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. But that's just my opinion. So, whoopsie. See, I love your channel. Aw, you listen to me. Hey, thank you, my ADHD life. I feel like I also have an ADHD life, and I really appreciate that. That's like the biggest compliment you could give me is the creator of this channel. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah. It's like we all come from a different place, different perspective. We have, different experiences and different knowledge informing how we look at things, right? So we're not going to all look at things the same. I think as long as people are respectful, this is like really good. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, and thanks for the happy birthday, guys. I appreciate that so much. Marissa, what evidence? NK walking out the garage. So why would TJ be surprised or shocked with it? The evidence that they supposedly have that, like, definitely seeing her. I don't know, guys. I'm not buying it. Thank you, Desiree. Thank you. I hope to see you soon, too. I think I'm going to do the next live on, I was thinking New Year's Day. Is that like, there's only like 20 people left here, but is that a good day for people? And thank you to Joan, too. Yeah, she did great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll do the next one. I was going to, not tomorrow, because I'm not going to have the material ready tomorrow. I don't do anything on New Year's Eve, but probably most people do. So, so it'll be on the 1st or the 2nd or something like that. Yeah. Hey, thank you so much, Nancy. And thank you so much for all that you do. Nancy's an awesome moderator, and I consult with her on a lot of things, and she's just terrific. Thank you. You are such a huge support to me. Thank you so much, Nancy. Everyone was very respectful. That's amazing. You guys rock. So awesome. Okay, well, as I go here, I'm going to just put on a video for you. I see some of you are, thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, smash that thumbs up. Thank you. Free way to, also, I am going to start to do soon. Some of people were members, and my channel had some improper copyright strikes that ended up resulting in my channel being reviewed in like demonetized for 30 days or whatever. All the memberships got held. I think membership is like $2.99 or something. I am going to start doing members only lives very, very soon. I do want to discuss some of the information that I have that, I got from Alex, who's my friend, who's an attorney, who talked to someone a couple times who is firsthand, directly, big time connected to this case. But I'm going to discuss it in a small members only, like intimate gathering, because that's just where I feel comfortable. So if you want to, you can get a membership. It's like, I think it's $2.99. If for some reason, hey man, I have had times where I literally could not even swing a YouTube membership for sure. I get it. If you'd like to be a member and just paying a fee is not feasible for you, please just email me at this address and I will hook you up with a free membership for like 3 months or whatever. It doesn't, it's not a big deal. It's not really about collecting the membership fee. It's more about it's kind of just saying, yeah, hey, I want to be part of that, smaller, more connected group of people that is going to be privy to like that information when you do the like little members only chats. You know what I mean? I don't know. So this is my email address. Yeah. So, and if you would, yeah, it would be like or a members only live. I'm sorry. I'm getting tired. I would be doing a members only live. And then in that live, it would be members only, of course, who are chatting, or, in that setting, maybe more people, when I've done a couple in the past, more people might feel comfortable to come up and be on the panel, which really is just coming up so you can speak. So if you would like to be a member, but you're just, you can't swing the fee, I get it. Please do not feel any shame or anything like that. Just email me and I will go behind the scenes and set you up with a membership. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, thanks, Aussie Girl Jen. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Honesty is the way we got to do it, right? What is VASF Tech? Mariana Berry. Who is that? Hello, Mariana Berry. All right. So, yeah. So I'm going to just play a video here for you. And if you guys want to keep chatting, you can, or then I'll just shut it off. Thank you. Thank you so much, Desiree. Thank you very much. Yeah, what a great way to ring it in with you guys. You guys are awesome. Seriously. I mean, I just appreciate you guys like amazing. You're amazing. You really are. Appreciate it big time. Let's see. What video shall we play? Wow, that one. I'm not gonna play anything negative. Let's see. I will start playing the NK reference guide. Yeah, that's what we're gonna play. Like that, and then so this is the NK reference guide I was telling you about, and I will put the link in the chat as well. Can't believe this lasted so long. I meant for it to be a short little live. Okay, there's a link to the NK. Yes, we do need to. He got pretty mad at me. I'll talk about this when we do the members, whatever. Okay. I don't want to get in trouble again. No, I do not. Let's see here. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to What's the Obsession. Please take a moment to click like or subscribe if you like the content that you've been seeing here, and I would really appreciate that. You can also become a member now. It's just one level, easy breezy, and it's $2.99. And
$2.99. That's the final word.
We're gonna start for the members, and maybe we'll do Tuesdays. Investigators in the first 10 minutes of her second interview with CBI. It is difficult to understate the importance of this trio of lies. When you put them all together and look at the whole picture, these 3 lies she told right off the bat, just those 3 lies alone, are so significant that criminal charges could have been pressed against Nicole Kessinger had law enforcement wanted to follow up with her. Part 2 gives us a deeper look into Chris Watts' mistress and her psychology. She mischaracterizes herself and her relationship with Chris Watts repeatedly and shows off her manipulation skills as she speaks with investigators. It's absolutely unbelievable the lies this woman told, and that law enforcement never followed up. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation interviews with Nicole Kessinger were by no means normal, and they raised a lot of questions. NK was interviewed by CBI a total of 4 times, and of those 4 times, only one of the interviews video was released, which is strange. As I'm sure you know, when witnesses or suspects that are close to a case, particularly a case is important and severe and horrific, is a triple homicide, when those people are talking to police, the videotapes are important because when, other investigators watch them to see what they can pick up on, to see what they can hear, and to see what they see as far as nonverbal cues. Before moving on to part 1 and Nicole's 3 big lies in the first 10 minutes, I thought this would be a good time to meet a couple of NK's friends that I haven't talked about much in any of my previous videos, and also listen to the sounds of nature, fun to see Nicole's and
Actually don't want to
of this case.
There we go.
A hard one to track and a hard one to understand in the context of this case. That might be why so many people have made videos about her and have looked at her from several different perspectives. To hear her talk, particularly to hear her be interviewed, is a bit of a riddle, a mystery.
Hi. It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi.
Yikes. Sorry for the rough audio. It's the recording of a voice recording, so, Oh my gosh, guys. Every time I hear that, my skin crawls. I mean, can you imagine receiving a voicemail like that and then still wanting to date the person? Or worse yet, can you imagine leaving a voicemail like that for someone you're interested in dating? No, definitely not. Okay, guys, so let's be real. The eerily disconcerting childlike giggles, or the creepy giggles, as they are later referred to in the discovery pages, and the way that NK seems to change voices and personalities when she's talking, those things are not crimes at all. But lying to law enforcement or destroying evidence to obstruct justice, last time any of us checked, those things are crimes. When I introduced Nicole Kessinger's friends earlier in this video in the preview of part 1 and 2, I forgot to introduce you to District Attorney Rourke. Rourke doesn't seem to have a problem with any of these possible crimes that Nicole Kessinger committed. Now, as you watch this video, you will be able to decide for yourself if you think that she committed any crimes having to do with destroying evidence or tampering with evidence. But I'm going to tell you, many people think that there are some real legal issues and problems in the way she handled herself and material in this case, just as it was becoming an investigation. And this man right here seems to have turned his head to any possible wrongdoing Nicole Kessinger has done. Now, guys, that is just my opinion. As always, I think you should come to your own conclusion. I always love to know what you guys think. Let's get back to what we do know about Nicole Kessinger and what she told law enforcement. In the first 10 minutes of the interview, which should have been an interrogation with law enforcement, Nicole Kessinger lied to her interviewer at least 3 times. And in my opinion, when you're looking at the whole case, these lies were pretty big lies. In this video clip, Nicole had been babbling on about, I don't know, several different things, and CBI agent Kevin Kovac is trying to narrow down his questioning. So at some point, he asked Kay specifically, tell me about how you met Chris. What happened and what did he tell you? Okay, so go ahead and just take a listen to this.
And then, I don't know, one day he told me that he had kids and started talking about his kids and then mentioned we're getting separated. Okay. And
when do you think that was?
When he said all that.
So specifically when he told you he was getting separated from his wife, was that within the first couple of weeks that you knew him, or was that later on? You said you met him around May or June.
Yeah, it was still in June.
Okay.
It would have been before Father's Day.
So you got.
Okay, did you catch that? It would have still been in June, she says. It would have been before Father's Day. Now remember, this is 2018. So I just did a quick Google search and I found out that in 2018, Father's Day was on June 17th. Let's listen to that audio clip from the interview just one more time.
I don't know. One day he told me that he had kids and started talking about his kids and then mentioned, yes, that I have a wife, but we're getting separated. Okay. And
when do you think that was?
When he said all that.
So specifically when he told you he was getting separated from his wife, was that within the first couple of weeks that you knew him, or was that later on? You said you met him around May or June.
Yeah, it was still in June.
Okay.
It would have been before Father's Day.
Before we look at the evidence that proves this is a lie, let me tell you why this is so important. NK maintains every time that she's interviewed that she thought all along from the very beginning, from the very first time Chris Watts talked about his wife Shanann, that they were getting divorced, that a separation was in the works, that with every passing day, they were moving closer to being legally divorced. She makes this claim time and time and time again. What Nicole Kessinger was not thinking about were some of the emails that she and Chris Watts had exchanged in June. If you would allow me, I would be honored to read an email from Nicole or Nikki Kessinger that is dated on June 12th, 2018 at 2:31 p.m. to a Christopher Watts, employee of Anadarko. Chris, agreed. It is always nice to find people you can relate to. I enjoy talking to you as well. I feel understood. I am looking for someone to build a beautiful life with. Seems so simple, but so unrealistic sometimes. Build something similar to what you have done with your wife and those cute little girls. I do believe in karma, so out of respect for myself, you, and your family, I think it is best if we keep that friendship at work. By the way, I keep the conversations we have between us. Best regards, Nikki Kessinger. That is interesting. So if we look at this date here, June 12th, 2018, and we read this email, we can see that she is looking to build something similar to what you have done with your wife and those cute little girls. And I'm thinking that she is not saying that she is looking to meet a man that she falls in love with, has children with, and then later divorces. Oh, I don't think so. I think it is clear from this email at this time, she was telling Chris that she knew he was married, and clearly she was under the impression that he had a beautiful life with his wife, Shanann, and his cute little girls, Bella and Cece. So you see, in her interview, NK states that Chris Watts told her he was in the middle of getting a divorce in early June before Father's Day of June 17th, 2018. Yet on June 12th, her email to Chris Watts states that she is looking to build a beautiful life like the one that he has with his wife and girls. Lie number 1. Say my name. Now, NK claims that she did not know Shanann Watts' name or the girl's name until a while into their relationship. And she is referring to their relationship that she said began in the beginning of June. In this lie, she also doubles down on the previous lies that we just heard in the previous recording that I played here. Let's just take a listen and then I'll explain more.
Okay. They come out sometime in June, probably early June. Might have been May. It's just talking at work. It's pretty casual. And he didn't have a wedding ring on his finger. And every time I talked to him, he didn't tell me that he was in a relationship. He didn't even mention his kids right away either. And then one day he told me that he had 2 kids. I was like, that's pretty cool. And started telling me about his kids.
That sounded like a sarcastic comment.
No, I thought it was kind of cute. I was like, oh, he's a dad. It was like right around Father's Day too. So whatever that is that June? Yeah. So
I'm not good with holidays.
he told me he had kids, and then it was Father's Day shortly after that. So that's what I do now. And I was like, I know, I thought it was cute. And then he's telling me about him. He's pretty excited about him. And then he mentioned that he did have a significant other. And then he told me that those 2 were in the process of a separation.
Did he mention the children's name or his significant other's name?
I didn't know his significant other's name for a while. And then I think he told me his kids' names pretty quick, but to be honest with you, on an exact date of when that happened, I don't know.
Okay, so we hear in this clip, I wanted you to see that she lied about whether she knew about the health of Chris's relationship with his wife. That's a big lie, okay? So she doubles down on that lie. And then Kobach asks her, did you know the significant other's name? Did you know the children's names? And she says, well, I didn't know the significant other's name for a while. And now remember, NK told him twice that their relationship began in the beginning of June 2018, prior to Father's Day. So that brings us to lie number 2 in the first 10 minutes of the CBI interview, that NK didn't know Shanann's name. Well, we don't know how that's possible, since when you look at the discovery, you find that Nicole Kessinger Googled the name Shanann Watts in September of the year 2017. If she didn't know Shanann's name, how could she have Googled it? Oh, and wait, guys, there's more. Now, I'm counting this as lie number 3 in the first 10 minutes of the CBI interview because she doubles down on a few different lies so hard. I think we need to consider this a whole nother lie because we also see in the discovery that NK searched for Shanann Watts again in January of 2018, a full 6 months before she claims she started dating Chris Watts. There is even more to this lie. So you can see on this same discovery document that NK also makes a Google search for the name Chris Watts in August of 2017. So this is a full 9 months before she says that they started dating, and in the same interview that she says they started dating in maybe the beginning of June, she claims that she had just met him about a month earlier. Oh, my mind is just spinning. So if she just met him about a month earlier, how was she searching his name 9 months earlier? And if she did not know the name of Shanann Watts until they were dating for a while, how did she search Shanann's name in September of 2017 and of January of 2018? Guys, this is just not possible. She lied to law enforcement at least 3 times in the first 10 minutes of her interview. The biggest lie that NK told, she told time and time again, and she told it here in this interview. The reason this lie is the biggest lie is because NK told law enforcement that the reason she deleted all of her texts to and from Chris Watts, and we also found out that she broke her SIM card, is because when she was reading a newspaper article after Shanann and the girls went missing, she found out that Shanann was pregnant. She said that she deleted all the texts to erase Chris out of her life because when she found that out, she was so hurt, and it was the hurt that made her erase the text. She just wanted to erase them from her life. It was like it was a really bad breakup. So listen to this.
You said earlier you did not know she was pregnant until reading the newspaper. So that never came up in any conversation. There was no indications that was going on. He never hinted to anything like that. As far as you knew, he was just leaving her. He had 2 children, and that was the final take on that.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Well, she can say that as many times as she wants to, but we know something that NK did not know that we would know at the time of this interview. In the discovery, we see that on August 11th, 2018, 2 days before the family went missing, and right after, NK and Chris Watts finished their date at the Lost Dog and then went back to her apartment for whatever they were doing, NK searched for Shanann Watts, Ronnie Watts, and 2825 Saratoga Trail. Now, NK also had searched for Shanann Watts several times in the past few weeks. And although Shanann's Facebook page was recently taken down, hopefully just temporarily, we do know that her Facebook page, which is the first thing that would have come up when you search Shanann Watts, her Facebook page was full.
Bye, guys. Thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes and for the great live tonight. I'm going to turn this off now because I'm going to be going to bed soon. But you're all amazing, and I hope to see you soon.